compromise your energy. Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. Alchemize your energy, my friend. Let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take flight. Keep on pushing through the darkness of night. There's no limit, let's reach for the sky. Shine so bright, from darkness to light. I love who I am. I'm loving me. Look in the mirror, unapologetically. Love what I see. Love who I am. I am invincible. I am a fan. My curves and my features, God makes no mistakes. I am successful. I am what it takes. I'm bulletproof. I'm 100 proof, and I love who I see because I'm living my truth. I'm invincible. I'm incredible. A star in the making. I reach past the clouds. I'm invincible. I'm incredible. And no one can stop me. Can stop me now. I'm invincible.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Alchemizing Energy. Today we have a special guest, MD REVO, and we are talking about the African American women in the welfare system, how it affects their families, and what are the implications today. Um, so this is a continuation from the conversation that we had last night with regarding the Tariq Nasheed and Myron conversation. A lot of things were brought up during that had a lot to do with the black woman and um the black just the hip hop generation as a whole, and then you had kind of like these they were biracial or mixed individuals, but they were from other countries, and they were just talking about that black people, all they do is wear their pants sagging and this that the other, and they're on welfare and this that the other. And then we got into the conversation of, so what did start the welfare? What did start that whole thing? How did that? How did we come to be where people were on welfare? Um, so I want to introduce Myron. Nice to meet you, Myron. I mean, sorry, MD REVO. I'm sorry, Myron. What's up, MD?
What's up, MD? You can't be doing that to me now.
I'm sorry, my bad. I can call you Myron. How's
Right,
your-
right. It's all good. It's all good.
So, kind of back it up. Like, let's find out who you are, MD.
Okay. Any specific questions?
Well, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Give us some background. Give us a little background on you.
I'm from the Midwest. I come from revolutionary background. I grew up around a lot of queens. I didn't really have no father figure like that. The one that I did have, my stepfather, was on some craziness and everything back in the day and stuff like that. So the feminine beings, that was in my family, my granny, my mom, my two aunts, they pretty much embraced me, gave me some balance. My grandma used to always say, like, you can't be a man unless you have a balance of the masculine and the feminine. that type of thing. So, got around that, grew up, in Milwaukee. I'm a writer, filmmaker, I do music. And it's just right now in my life, I'm more on fatherhood, empowering the feminine, and the arts.
Okay. Now, so we talked a lot about the welfare system. Did you grow up in the welfare system?
Yeah, temporarily. Yeah.
So you get to witness the times like where the government would break up the families to a certain extent, or do you think that it was the woman's choice because she felt like she would get more money from the government, or what's your experience in that?
My experience was that, well, I think that I heard stories from my granny, obviously before I was born. And then my mom was on when she first got out of college, and she moved us up to Milwaukee, and she was married and everything like that. So she went through that process in the beginning. So what I seen of it with it, I didn't. There was never no social workers coming by our house telling my stepfather to get out. My mom's had a job. My stepfather had a job. And they just maneuvered the way they need to maneuver. And we got food stamps. We got the medical benefits and things like that. And then as my mom's continue to progress, because my mom had a vision. See, my mom came from the projects in Cochran projects in St. Louis. So she was babysitting all like the Panther kids, the gangsters kids, prostitutes kids, all that. So she took the babysitting thing and went into child psychology and wanted to open up her own daycare centers. So in my family, they created, my aunties created foster homes. My mom had daycares and things like that. So I grew up in that type of environment. But the thing is, my mom didn't use welfare to stay on it. She used it as a way of being able to come up to what her vision was. You know what I mean? To be able to get off of it and be able to move forward. So I never seen no social workers or nothing like that come around the house. Based on people that I talked to and everything, the women already always pretty much, you know what I mean, found a way to be able to maneuver around any type of situation and everything, going out to the welfare building. The men pretty much never went with her because the men had jobs or they was like doing other stuff and things like that. So I never witnessed or I never been around anybody. And I've been around a different households where women were on welfare. And I've talked to people about it, and it's all pretty much was the man chose to leave the house. He he chose to leave the house because what I was saying the last time is because when she started to get the benefits, she didn't accept the disrespect that the man was giving her when she was in a relationship with him. So and you probably seen this in a lot of relationships with single mothers. The mothers pretty much want the fathers to still be in their life, the kids' life, but they just don't want to be in a relationship with them. So the dudes would be like, "Oh, you don't want to be with me? Well, I don't want to go over there and go get my son. You don't want to have sex with me? I don't want to go over there and give you no groceries." So the women was pretty much was like, they'll just be like, "Yo, I'll do this stuff without you. I ain't gonna be disrespected and all that type of stuff. I thought you was this way, so I can raise these kids by myself." So they took the gangster route and saying that, "Yo, I'm gonna get the community involved. You don't want to be the dad or whatever like that. Okay, I'm gonna have my brother, step in on the father figure. I'm gonna bring the baby around his grandfather and you know what I mean, his great uncles and stuff like that." So the men pretty much chose not to be involved.
So what part do you feel like drugs played into the factor of like the welfare system?
Well, drugs played in the fact because the welfare was guaranteed money. So that's why you get Bones of Harmony like the first and the 15th. The first of the month, you know what I mean? Where that came from. Because on the first of the month, you get the check. So all the drug dealers knew that, you know what I mean, they're gonna come up on some money and everything when that check drops. So they'll come over there with the crack, they'll come over there with the heroin, they come over there with the weed, and then the addicted will be able to spend a lot of money on the drugs, and then the kids will be out clothes. The kids won't be having necessarily food. They'll sell them food stamps and all that type of stuff to be able to take care of their habit. No.
Yeah, but I mean, if we digging into like the American women in the welfare system, this will go way back, like way before, like where the drugs play a part. No, I think that would be like further when the drugs came in. but they still have the baby to even get on the public assistance, right? Well, as
Yeah.
far as the all the hits that we're taking for public assistance, I mean, from getting y'all thrown out the house and we didn't want a man in the house or we were bitter. And I'm like, uh, I want, in a man's point of view, is that just the biggest excuse to say I can't take care of the kid? Right? All that venom that's thrown at us, is that what that really means?
Yeah, I think really what it was. I think at some point, those black males and everything like that, they went against the black woman because she was able to take care of herself or have somebody else take care of her, but he wasn't able to do it. So the thing is, what I've seen, and me by being around people, is there was some males be like, get that check. Shit, get that check. They still be able to get that check, get them food stamps. You know what I mean? They may flip the food stamps into some more money. They was participating in the system where they wasn't against a woman. They was still in the house trying to help a lot of the times and stuff like that. So I've seen situations like that before too. But I think a lot of what happened to the black male and everything, he started blaming the black woman when he should have been blaming his father.
Now,
So
let me
so
just
what?
ask you a question. Let's just flip it, right?
Okay.
Let's say if men was really so concerned. Because remember, it's not a woman thing that get welfare.
Mm-hmm.
It's a parent who's taking care of the child
Mm-hmm.
receives the welfare. So which means if more men had custody over their kids, they would have been able to receive it too. That part they leave out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of conditions that our children were left in. Why did these men say? These men never thought, well, hey, I can take this woman to court, and I can get my own apartment and take care of the child. Could the services go both ways? Did they forget that it wasn't just women? And then as time went on, we're gonna stay backwards, but as time went on, men can get it now. But I'm talking like back then, it was to the parent. First, it was women, but then all reality was about a parent. So, what law I haven't seen yet? What law that was stated that you know what you can't get custody of your kid even though you don't have nothing? You can't get custody if the mother is could be on drugs or not a good mother. A lot of these men never really even stuck around to see if she's a good mother, and then they rather her not be a good mother. That would give him an excuse why he's not a good father. But at any point in time, he could have got his child too. So how do you feel about that?
Um, I think being a father is a choice and a decision. And I think a lot of the times the dudes were having sex with the women and they really didn't like the girl like that to that degree. And I don't think they wanted the responsibility of being able to take care of the child by himself. Now another thing too is that in a lot of black households, um the boys were never taught how to be fathers, right? You know what I mean? So look at this situation. When we growing up, girls play with dolls. I've been around boys that want to play with them dolls, but we'll knock them dolls out their hands and be like, "Oh, that's a sissy. A sissy do that. You ain't supposed to be playing with dolls." But then I look at it in hindsight now. Maybe that's a child trying to learn how to take care of a baby. So we had them gender roles back in them days, like the boys only could do this and the girls only could do this. But in my situation, it was different. I had to wash dishes, right? But some households, the man did not know how to be able to take care of a household. He depended on the woman to do it. So now when a baby comes out to the world and everything like that, he don't know how to take care of no baby like that. A lot of the times he don't have the skills to do it, and then he don't even want to do it. So it says he don't have the skills, and then he's thinking like, I don't even want to be able to be no father because he's never been trained to do it. So fatherhood is not something you are genetically given. It's something that probably has to be taught. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody has to come around, as primarily a woman, will have to be able to teach you those life skills by being a young boy. How to be able to wash the dishes, how to be able to take proper baths, how to be able to really be in tune with the feminine energy as well. Because if you're not on that type of level, you're not going to want to be, you probably don't even have the desire to take care of a baby. That's actually yours.
do you think that because of, like, if I'm 16 having a kid,
Mhm,
or 14, depending on the age, they was having kids earlier back then,
mhm,
right? Then and then their parents had them around the same. Do you think that it was never even enough time to teach that it would to teach each how to be a mother and father? Because if I'm a mother at 16, I'm being a mother on a 16-year-old level. Right? I'm not
mhm,
taking nothing away from men neither, but the same rule would apply to them. Like if you're 18 years old, you're a parent on an 18-year-old level. Right?
mhm,
That's where your mind is at.
mhm.
Right? So at you think that could be like a big reason why, like, why? And I tell a lot of these girls, no, these are still boys, right?
Mhm.
You're thinking they're men, but the fact is but even though you're 18 or whatever, does that, I'm not a man, does that make you don't have a connection with the child because your mind is still a 18-year-old or 17-year-old, and you still would like to like live your life, and it's so easy to just go live your life and leave that child behind because that child is not on, like, that. I'm not a man, so could you at a young age, and you didn't know how to be a father, okay, we understand that, but the child is here now, right?
Mhm.
So is at that age bracket, what is going on that from 18 to like 25, we ain't talking about the older one, that it's, you could just do you and don't care if that child, I know you don't, your mind is not fully developed, but how it never stress you, the child got to eat it, whatever, but you still saying I'm a man though. But how is it that y'all even able to do that? What is the feeling? Is it like no feeling? Like, explain that in a man's point of view. I would never know this.
Well, I could say that I think boys grow up knowing and by watching that the kid automatically goes to the mother. It's hers. I've seen that. You know what I mean? So then the boy is not ready, obviously, but it's people in that family telling them what to do though. The girl who has not even never been a mother before, she's telling him exactly what he needs to do. She's going to tell him, you need to get a job. You know what I mean? Do she say it softer or does she say it in the sense of urgency? You need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this together because a lot of those girls who have their babies, they want a family with that guy. And even if he don't know and got it together and don't have no job and whatever, she's still willing to stick with him to be able to be a father to that kid because she don't want to repeat what probably happened to her as a child. So them dudes be having plenty people telling them, this is what you need to do. Here is some resources, blah, blah, blah. It's all a choice and decision. And a lot of the times it's going to be depending on how he cared about that female. Did he separate the vagina from the female? Or did he or did he really care about the female and everything like that and really like appreciate her and then have a kid? So it's all going to differ. It's going to be different.
No, but I'm saying is, with all that being said, there's nothing that go on in his mind. This kid needs me, like, or is it because he's still a boy? He, like you said, he knows the kid go with the mother, but not knowing that y'all all the same age, right? But what, does something cut off because of the responsibility? You don't feel you need responsibility. Like, what turns off?
I think what it is. I think when we look at from a biological standpoint, I think it starts depends on what genes we got. It depends on how you grew up. Probably if you grew up in a household where you understood about kids and you was babysitting and all that type of stuff, you're probably gonna be different. You're probably gonna be a father when you have your kid. But if you grew up and you wasn't on that type of level and you was in the streets and you didn't have no type of guidance or whatever like that, you're not gonna probably care. I don't think fatherhood is instinctively genetic like that. I think you have to be taught. Something has to teach you. Somebody has to teach you something. You got to see, we can learn by watching as kids. We can learn, right? So we can see our parents, whatever like that, how they is with kids and all that type of stuff. And then we cannot see that. So it's going to be a learned behavior. But a boy still has an opportunity to learn it when the kid is actually here, he just declines it.
So I do know, right?
Mm.
For some men, as they have explained, and people may not like that, but I tend to believe it's true because these are young girls. They were just getting their thing wet. So when they don't have a connection with the mother, because they didn't see her as, like you said, a person,
Right,
they see her, I'm just going to get wet. They don't have that connection with the child neither.
right. That can happen a lot. Yeah. hmm hmm And it's sad. It's sad. A lot of that is sad. And the thing is, this is why I say we have to be able to empower the feminine and be able to teach them a lot as well too, is because you can't have a child unless the female gives you access to her body, or you know what I mean, unless it's a SA situation, obviously, right? But if they're in a relationship and they're in a girlfriend boyfriend, she's giving them access. But it seemed like a lot of girls, they jump into that motherhood and don't have no experience, and the boys be lost. And that's why I don't believe that males can live up to that thing of that provide and protect. I don't think that is something instinctive in them. That's something that you have to choose to do based on maturity and based on how you was raised a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those girls who may be 15, 16, they're really 18, 19 in their heads. A lot of those boys who's 15, 16, they're really 12 in their heads. You know, like in school, they always like y'all been in relationships before, like young kids, right? You probably got what to do, and you're telling him how to be in a relationship. And you probably don't even have that much experience. You're telling him, you need to call me. We need to cuddle. We need to do something together. You need to do it. Like you're telling him. So the more that the feminine is giving him more responsibilities to be a man, he hates her more for that. Oh, I gotta listen to her. I gotta deal with this, man. She be nagging about that. What is she nagging? She not nagging. She probably just telling you what you need to do because your father probably wasn't there to teach you how to be a man. Now she's probably thinking like, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to help you. Listen to me. But the dudes don't want to listen.
So I'm sorry, I had to step away. I had a phone call. Did we kind of go over the the at one point women did not have the same rights as men.
Right.
Did we talk about the houses and how we just now begin to be able to even own a house or have our own bank account? Did we talk about that yet?
Nuh-uh. I don't think we did.
Okay, because I think a lot of times that with relationships and with like this stuff, we talk about the welfare system. Um, I think that that's a big thing that we need to realize. It's like because a lot of times women get demonized for being on welfare or being on whatever assistance, but I mean, even like historically, we just been able to start buying houses and owning houses. What in like the 40s or the 60s? When was it that we were allowed to do it?
I don't have a precise date on it. I don't have a precise year. I mean,
Let me look up the exact year. Hold on.
mm.
When women get the right to own property. Okay, so 1970. Women
Damn.
in the United States were not allowed to finance real estate purchased without a husband or male cosigner until the 1970s. More than 60% of all realtors and property managers are women, but in the construction industry, the figure is almost 10.9%.
Mm. So what probably would happen was that feminist movement in the 30s and the 40s. So the feminist movement pretty much started through prohibition. They were trying to get that alcohol out of here. The females did. Like a lot of them religious, they used to think a drunken man is like not godly and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they lost pretty much. But then with them, like what Suge was saying, Civil War was probably when it started really out. Civil War, imagine a million husbands don't come home. You know what I'm saying? Then you got like World War One, World War Two. You got Vietnam in the 60s like that. So a lot of those women had freedom and they got a taste of freedom. And they start looking at it like, yo, y'all can't run this country without us. Y'all over there fighting, but we taking care of the country. Like we sewing flags and we making uniforms and we working on the machinery and all that type of stuff. So they started looking at it like, yo, I don't want my husband to come back. I want my freedom. I want to go to the store by myself. I want to do my own grocery shopping. I'm tired of having a man stand over me and telling me what to do like I'm a slave. And they started banding together. The women started banding together, and all they wanted was the right to vote. They wanted to be included in the society. They wanted to be able to buy houses and be able to have a bank account and all that type of stuff and everything. And they fought for that, and they
I
made
mean,
them change the
so do
law.
you think that was what was going on in the black community as well?
Yep.
Is the
Yep.
men were kind of hoarding over the women, and then after, like kind of because they were owning things, because sometimes you'll hear like this red pill argument that oh no, we weren't like that, the women was always working and doing this and doing that in the home and owning stuff and this that the other, but I think that it was against the law for a woman to own anything. So
Yeah. Especially if
you
you was black too, though. Like a
so
lot
then
of
you
stuff.
so if the first time you were able to own something is in the 70s, okay, then that means that's within our generation. Well, a lot of us was born in the 70s. So
Yeah,
that means
that's crazy.
that our mothers and our grandmothers could not own a home without having a husband.
Yep.
Then the welfare system comes along because of for whatever reason.
Mhm.
I think was it what was the reason that the welfare system was in existence anyway? From the war?
Yeah, from the war, it was like from the war, and it was also because them dudes weren't coming back. So they started creating policy and everything like that to be able to see the welfare system is to help you just get on your feet. It's not really there to take care of you like that. But I mean, if you go through the certain law, I mean the certain rules and everything, you could be on it for a while back in the day, right? So it was just to be able to help the women a lot of the times, but it was available for men and women and stuff like that too. But um, a lot of dudes didn't like being able to be on welfare, and a lot of women didn't care because they men wouldn't take care of the house and they had children. And women couldn't be able to drive either back in the days. You couldn't drive no car.
You were not allowed to drive a car. Wow.
No, you couldn't even drive no car. No, ain't no
Mm.
driving no car. What
So
the thing was this? I mean, bring some context. What happened was the black male adopted that white man slave master mentality. And the only reason why they had that gender role, that nuclear family, is because women didn't have no rights. So you had to make something happen with the family. The woman stayed home, got pregnant, take care of the kids, raise the kids, run the household, and the man went out to the work because the woman couldn't do that. Then when it changed, now women is getting their own money. The males start feeling like they losing their power. Now they women is their enemy now. You hear about, oh, if the man, if you make more money than me, I don't want to be with you. And if you don't know how to cook and clean, I don't want to be with you. Who want to really be in no house cooking and cleaning right now? That shit's back in the ancient days. Like that shit's way back then. Now the men don't want to evolve into the future. If you hear a lot of spiritual dudes and a lot of these dudes, they want to go back in the ancient African days when they used to live in the forest and shit. They want to go back in them days and stuff. They don't want to. They don't want women to be able to do things for themselves. Because if they do things for themselves, they can't be controlled and conquered. So if you're taking care of a woman's basic necessities like shelter, water, food, transportation, clothing, shit like that, you control the woman. Especially if she don't know how to do it herself. So
so
men, go ahead.
so do you think that if men had their way, we would go back to not knowing how to drive, cook, drive, own nothing, bank account, everything? Do you think that that's probably what men ideally want?
Black males definitely. A lot of
And
black males
do you
definitely.
think
I can't
that's a
say all of them.
cultural? Do you think that's really a cultural thing? Because that's what is that? You think that's probably how our culture was at some point? Why do you think that we're trying to go back to this time?
Well, it's okay. So as we move forward, it's kind of like music, right? I think every 10, 15 years or whatever like that, it's a different generation is being born. and a different type of mentality is being born. And I think I think women have always been faster than males, especially in school. A lot of males wanted to run the streets, women wanted to go to school. So it's a mentality thing, right? So women are looking more towards the future, what's going to be best for the family. Dudes are more looking for what's going on right now. So he's losing his grip, he's losing his control. Because if a woman can take care of herself, he ain't got no control over her. He ain't trying to be her partner, he's trying to be her conqueror. What he should be doing is trying to conquer that white man he said he hates. But he don't want to do that. He can't do that. He don't want to step in the battlefield with the champ. So all the anger and all that stuff he got from back in the day when he talked about slavery and all that, I mean, damn, like the white man, you say the white man took all that from you, but you don't want to fight him? You want to go fight the black woman. When the black woman didn't see, that's the crazy thing is the black woman endured all that crazy shit though. For I mean the curse. But on the plantation, like being in the field and being in the house and dealing with the sexual stuff and all that type of stuff that come up out of that. Then she got to put the black man on her back again and shit like that to take care of him and defend him and all this old type of stuff. She deserves some freedom. She deserved to do what she want to go in and do. She earned it. How much? See, the dudes still want to be on that black woman titty. He still want to be. He wanted her to carry him because he can't rap into his own manhood and take care of himself. So he blames the black woman for all his problems and all his issues. Oh, it's the white man's fault. It's white supremacy fault. Oh, it's your fault. Blah, 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 blah. But he won't fight that white man for nothing. He ain't never going to go in there and go in the ring with him.
So Tariq Nasheed yesterday was talking about white supremacy, and he also talked about Jewish supremacy is white supremacy. He tried to say that it was like combination of things. Do you like? I don't know. Do you think that that Jewish supremacy and white supremacy are one and the same?
I don't know. I don't believe in white supremacy.
I
don't believe that. I don't believe it exists. I think that's a figment of the black male's imagination. I think what the black male did is that he been watching too many movies. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? And he been all he talking about is what once was. Like you hear black dudes like, oh, remember how it was back in the Jim Crow days? We don't live them days no more.
Honey, they didn't even live in the Jim Crow days. What the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, dude, they want to take us always.
They couldn't even make it if they had to be out there marching in the civil rights movement.
They not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that what happens is they play on the Tariq Nasheed and them, they play on the sympathy of black men and children. I mean women a lot of the time. Because if they talk to the women are always gonna be at that motherly instinct. Okay, you know, the white man is bullying you, the white man is doing this to you and all that type of stuff and everything. But if he really looked at it, he in the system. Martin Luther King died for black people to be in the system to take over that shit. You know what I mean? So we can, so back in the day, you can get the books that the white kids got. You can go to those schools. You can go in those neighborhoods. You in the system, right? So now that you in the system, it's time for you to Tariq Nasheed to take over the system now. You in there. Now take it over. You could go see a white supremacist if you want to, but they don't want to go see nobody. So I don't believe in no white supremacy. I don't believe in none of that shit. Ain't no white man ever. I don't remember no white man ever, to my knowledge, maybe back in the ancient 1800s, 1700s, and all the way back then. But I don't remember no white man stopping anybody in my family from doing what they want to do. They found a way. I don't care what president it was. I never heard none of my family members be like, oh, white supremacy, the white man did this and did that. I never heard that. I never heard that ever.
You said you're from the Midwest and you never experienced no white supremacy?
I never experienced no racism, no white supremacy, none of that. I experienced black on black crime.
What part of the Midwest are you from?
Milwaukee.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm from the jungle for real.
Well, Wisconsin,
yep.
Man.
Yep.
So, and that's a lot. It's a lot of white people out there too.
Yeah, it's a lot of white people. Yes, it's a lot.
Right. Yeah. So I think that I don't know, because it depends on what part of, I think, depending on where you are in the United States, I think that racism has a different face. Like the Southern racism is a little bit different. I remember the first time I've ever experienced racism was in Mississippi when I was in the military.
Okay.
In Keesler, Mississippi. and it's a whole. It was a whole. I think we were in a sundown town.
Mm.
We went to the hotel, and it happened to be in a sundown downtown, and they told us don't leave out of our hotel rooms after a certain time, and I remember that. So
Okay.
it depends on right. Hippie said, "Come on down to New Orleans. I'll show you some good old blatant racism, buddy."
But check it out, though. But check it out. Check this out, though, Janice. Check this out. See, the reason why it's hard for me to sympathize with black males with the racism, because if a white man came in their neighborhood playing Randy Travis and music all out, they have a problem with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if a white person came in a black-owned restaurant, they're not going to treat them the same way they do to black people. You see what I'm saying?
No,
I've
we're
seen
gonna
that.
kiss their ass. We're gonna kiss their behinds and be like, "Oh, thank you, white man, for coming and embracing our business." And we're gonna be extra nice to them and probably give them extra food and everything on their plate.
So why? So check this. Why is that then? Why is that? If the black males are so if this is their enemy, why are you embracing your enemy and with all these type of adoring type of gestures and stuff like that? Why you
Think about this. Think about this. Hip hop started off as a black thing. If you actually look at our audience right now, most of the people, they start off black and then it gets taken over. Like the audience will switch up after a while. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like things will start off being a hood thing that the people in the hood like, but then it'll get a white person will come and check it out and taste it, and next thing you know, it'll become a white thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no,
Right.
we want some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But the white people don't. White people don't want it.
Our food, that happened with a lot of different stuff, dances, everything.
But so this is my research.
Food that we're doing, they want it. You know what I'm saying? They want to control it.
Right. So this is my research on America. What America is, America really is not no one culture. It's not no white supremacist culture. America is a culture of the original barter and trade and sell. So America is basically like saying, like, look, if you're from Haiti and a whole bunch of Haitians come over here, what do Haitians like? Oh, they like this, they like that. You like French this and French that, or you like this kind of music? Okay, we're going to go find it for you. It's no different than what they was doing in Africa. It's like they're going to go find it and they're going to sell it to them. And they're going to be like, come on over here. We're going to give it to you for a cheaper price than what you get it from down there, all that type of stuff. Man. It's going to happen like that. Even with hip hop. It started off as being, you know what I mean, black owned type of thing and stuff like that. White people don't even really vibe to the hip hop to that degree, but they're looking at it like, okay, people buying it. Oh shit, so they buying it?
Shit, the white people don't vibe to it. Listen, if you go to these concerts, these festivals that these hip hop artists are performing at, I would say probably like 90% of the audience be white.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying though.
Like Travis Scott.
I think Travis Scott.
I'm gonna look up a Travis Scott audience. I'm gonna just look up just an audience view of a Travis Scott concert.
But what I'm saying to you is, when you see the white people in the audience, those aren't the white people that control the system of hip hop. Their grandfathers do. So if you show me some grandfathers that's inside the concert jumping up and down like Travis Scott, then I can be like, all right, then cool. So the grandfathers and the white elite, they looking at it like, okay, our grandchildren is liking that. Okay, this is America. This is freedom. So they see, this is what I'm saying. They got past all that. See, Tariq Nasheed right now is doing what the old white men doing. Oh, we just gonna stick with our own kind. See, the white man, that old white man used to do that with the Ku Klux Klan and all that. Now he's looking at it like, okay, where's the dollars coming from? Okay, I'm not tripping about. See, that's what Martin Luther King did. When Martin Luther King infiltrated the system like that and got black people with the choice to go in them schools or not, and being able to get the same books as other white people, them white people were looking at it like, yo, I did not know they had all this creative potential, because I really didn't rock with them like that. I didn't know they can work on fucking mechanic stuff and build these cars in Detroit, you know, the Motown stuff. I didn't know they can do all that. Oh shit, okay then, let's do some business together. Now I may not like you and rock with you, want to sit at your house there, but I'll do business with you. That's how that shit changed. Them economics, man.
Hippie, I sent the link. You can come on up. I sent you the link. Okay. But no, I just wanted to show y'all this. This is a picture of a Travis Scott concert. The majority of those audience members, and it be in the hundreds of people that be at these things. It be Caucasians. That you can't sell diamond and sell that level of records, and it don't be a majority Caucasian influence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So I just wanted to like show that right there. What's up? Hey, how's it going, hippie?
Hey Auntie, hey Sugar.
Welcome
Peace.
to the channel.
MD. Yeah, so I got a question for Mr. MD. So
Yeah.
going back to what you were speaking about, let's just flip it. You don't think that we too quick to always let them in our spaces?
Um. Yeah. I think based. Okay. It depends on the type of black people, right? I think if you got certain black people would be like, I hate white supremacy, I hate the system and all that type of stuff. I think you really those type of people need to be attacking the system. But then you got black people that don't really trip like that. You know what I mean? They don't have a problem and everything like that. And they're like, yo, I'll kick it with you. I ain't tripping. Got white friends and we go out to eat and all that type of stuff and they share resources and all that. Yeah. It depends.
Yeah, see, and I guess it's just a geographical thing. So
Okay.
because it's I never been to Milwaukee, so it's kind of hard for me to relate. But like I said, I'm from New Orleans.
Okay.
I'm from the South, and they definitely do still have sun downtowns here. So if
Right.
you black, you gotta be in the house, or you not.
So So this is what I'm
You.
saying to you, hippie. Let me tell you
Mhm,
this. So look at
mhm.
the black. So the Tariq Nasheeds and those type of men with that mentality, they need to go down there and burn down them goddamn buildings, man. They need to go down there and make don't. There should be no more suntowns because you can't tell
Right.
me you hate the
It's
enemy.
easy to say that, but that's the thing. That's why I don't listen to everybody in the community that just speak on everything. A lot of people say a lot of things, but nobody gonna do nothing. Like
Yeah.
let's be for real. You give them a little money, they gonna say what they gotta say to get their little 15 minutes, and you give them some money, and then they quiet. And so that's what I was
Mhm.
saying. It's like we be too happy to let them into the bar. We tell them, yeah, come to the cookout. We give them
Yeah.
our granddaddy recipe,
Right.
and then we go clean the same floors at a restaurant that they go open with our granddaddy recipe,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
stuff like that. That's why I do think we are too quick, just like with the hip hop thing. We are black people are basically, if you can appease to us, we'll let anybody in, basically.
Right. But you know what happened with the hip hop thing though, hippie? I think what
Oh, go
happened.
Okay,
ahead.
hip hop music is popular with young adults and older teens, and as of May 2018, 49% white people, 69% black people, 39% Hispanic in the United States listen to hip hop or rap. However, while hip hop music industry is mostly black, studies show that over 70% of its customers are white.
Yep. Yep. But you
So
know why though, Genesis?
that's more than half. That's like, so that means, dang, we only make up 30% of the hip hop.
Probably
That's
less than that.
that's crazy, isn't it? Wow.
But so remember, I don't know if y'all remember that. Remember like C. Dolores Tucker and all them who's trying to stop like Tupac and NWA and all them from making the type of music they was making, and
Yep.
then like Luke and all that type of stuff, like
Hmm.
all that music. So what happened was the politicians was trying to stop that type of music from getting to the people. But what happened was the black artists was saying like, we got freedom of speech. We're gonna put this parental advisory sticker on there, and we should be able to say what we want to say. And somebody in them higher ups was calculating and be like, you know what? If they are right, but can we make money off of it? And that's why you see a lot of them major record labels are owned by white people. I ain't talking about the cash
The
money, the
Jewish
grants
white
of the tree.
people. Yeah. The
They
Jews.
they're
Just
not
the
they're
Jewish
not
white
only owned
people.
by white people, but they're owned by Japanese people. Sony is a Japanese,
Hmm.
and then Universal is out of Germany. So they're
Hmm.
not even owned by people from the United States. They're owned out of overseas company corporations.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
that's
that's
what I'm
why I
saying.
don't
That's why you
kind of
see.
get like
Right.
a lot of the artists, they when they I get it, we might not have the money up front to be like, okay, I'm open a label. But okay, once you make that first deal and you get that money, instead of buying $50,000 watches and stuff, take that one little deal and then take your money and then build your own where you can hire your aunties and cousins and whoever you want to hire,
You're
instead
right
of
about
just
that.
keeping it in that one to where they all have to say. So let us just get a little piece of the pie first before we start buying Rolexes and APs and all that.
Yeah, yeah. That's a problem. Yeah, that's a
So do
serious
you think
problem.
that this whole thing of like that? So there's this whole thing where you having this red pill kind of attitude, and they're really complaining about the black women being on welfare, but I don't know. Do you feel like that today? There's a lot more of black women being on welfare, or are we becoming more educated now and not being on welfare?
Well, I think now, like what hippies, like what hippies said, it's probably gonna be demographics. I'm sure the welfare system is different where she at than where it is up here, because state governments running differently. But I think like with black women, I think they always use that welfare as a something to work with, but they already had some hustles on the side, man. Like they already was doing other stuff. So they was taking the money and doing other stuff with it to try to triple it up or quadruple it up or whatever. But I don't think it's not the way it was back in them days. Though. It's way different now. Like right now, I don't think right now you can even get a check. I think you might be able to, like right now they probably put you got to go through school now. You got to get a job. You got to be able to. You probably get some food stamps. Like it ain't no. I remember back then they used to give you that big check the first of the month. Like I said, that's when they used to be able to dish out like that. They give you that one check. But
They still give out because I have kids and I had applied for I think it was like food stamps or something, and they ended up giving me like $188 for my child for a whole month. And they gave
mm,
it to me for 2 months. And then that second month, they came back and wanted me to put my son's father on child support in order
mm-hmm.
to keep getting that $180.
Oh, I
So
forgot
that's
about the
why I
child
just let it
support.
go.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, $180 to have these people all in my business, like, nah, it ain't even worth it.
Well, I forgot about that because they wasn't like now. Yup, now they like they be like, yo, where the dad, where the child support at? You put him on child support before we give you any money. Yeah, I forgot about that child support. Like, you probably can't even get a certain amount of stamps, unless you put the
Yeah.
data. But you know what that is though? But check it out though. Like, it's just the black male got to be held accountable to some point, right?
Hmm.
Like if I'm the white man and I'm like, yo, I'm about to take care of your woman and your kids. Where you at, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you at, dude? You gonna have to contribute too, man. But if I'm giving her $100 or $500 of food stamps or whatever, you got to be dropping some type of money in the system to be able to give her too, man. Kinda. Like, what's up? Because with the child support, a lot of the times they got the parents figure that out before you even go that far. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I forgot all about the child support
Yeah,
and
but that's
all
the
of that.
thing. Is it really the white man's money or is it the tax dollars? Because from my understanding, food stamps and government programs come from tax dollars.
Yep. Depending
So
probably where you at.
right. So either way, whether we get the food stamps or not, they're still taking them tax dollars for it.
Yeah.
So like either way, it's like they trying to double dip. Like, yeah, we gonna take the tax money, we gonna give y'all a little bit, but then we gonna back door and put your baby daddy in jail or in child support. Like it's like a double. Either way it go, is no way to win. So that's why, at least down here where I'm from, a lot of women I know they just stay away from the whole welfare thing because it's like it's no. You pitch your baby dad off behind $180 a month, then you're stuck with $180 a month, literally.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So if he paid child support, it's going to affect the food stamps.
If he pays, no, you can keep getting it,
Mm-hmm.
but most men, once you put them on that type of, that's all you getting is what the government gives you. They not gonna, if you call and say, man, I'm hungry, can you, they're not gonna come and drop you off $50 because they feel like they don't know what the government giving you, but you got me on this papers for it, so take that.
See,
Yeah,
that's
that
crazy
does
to me.
happen once you get on welfare or whatever. I mean, because what happens, welfare makes you file child support.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah,
lot of
I
times the
forgot
guy
about
will be like, "Oh, you filed child support, so I'm only gonna give you the child support. That's it. If they even give you that."
Right.
it. So they
Right.
trying to hold. So basically, what they doing too with the system. See, the black males have a problem with the system, but the system is also teaching you how to be a man to a certain degree, though. Too, if you really look at it, it's like they like saying like I'm not even like I know girls right now who get like $50 a week. That like, come on, what they doing with $50 a week? And they still them dudes still complaining. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't want to pay $50 a week, you like if you want to get this woman pregnant or girl pregnant, and you abandon her, knowing she needs you to help, and you want to run off and do whatever you want to do, and the system grab your ass by the back of the neck and be like, hold on, come on over here. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay this while I'm locking your ass up. I think that should happen. How
Yeah,
do you abandon the black woman dude with them kids like that? Knowing you can help. Now the thing is, if you cannot help If you cannot help, like if you down on your luck or whatever like that, you cannot help. There are community programs in all these places in the United States that can help you get on your feet, and that woman can help you get on your feet too, because she's gonna give you that application to McDonald's, to Burger King, wherever it is. She's gonna find you a job. She's gonna help you, right? So there is really no excuse to that. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side, you got dudes out here buying all type of Jordans and new cars and spending money on this girl, and you got a whole family over here, dude. You done left this woman. Yeah, your ass should go to jail, man.
So I wanted to show you this census right here, so people can also get a better understanding of who's actually out here receiving welfare, because it's a big misconception that Black women are just over here on welfare. No,
Yeah.
majority of welfare is white women. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Receiving, people that are receiving, females, white females. You know what I'm saying? And Hispanics, they're like third in line. But you know what's so crazy? What I noticed is that Asians, you only see 5.8%. Asians.
They are very prideful race. A lot of people, like in New Orleans, we have a Asian community. You call them issue. They very prideful. They don't believe in no food stamp card, none of that. That's embarrassing to them.
And it looks like for the most part, most of the people that are receiving food stamps either have no high school diploma, they'll have a diploma, or maybe have some college. But it seems like the more advanced in education you become, the less of a chance of you being on welfare.
And Janice, you know what I think it is a lot of times too with the Black male, when they be talking like that, he going back in the past to where that stuff was when his parents and grandparents was on it. He ain't looking at like what it is like right now. He trying to find excuses as to why he can't do what he needed to do.
And here's another thing: the average age of people that are receiving welfare, 50 to 64% is for 50, the age 50 to 64.
Dang.
So MD, let me ask you
Yeah.
this, brother. And not I'm just asking because I totally agree with you. Where I feel like we need to stop carrying these men because we've been carrying them all our lives. We didn't have to carry these niggles, and we still have it. But
Okay.
as on the flip side,
Right.
now what you was just saying, where it was like, oh, they feel defeated by the world. I get that, right? Get it because even though you don't see racism because of where you are, like she said, there is sundown towns here. So down here in the South, a college educated Black man can go apply for the same job as a redneck white
Okay.
man who ain't got no type of education and get the job. And that white man's gonna get the job just because of how things are here and down here still. But you don't think that we should show them some type of grace because we can, this is history. You can go back. And the men back in history were trying to take care of their families. But then they had this man coming knock on their door saying, look, woman, I'm gonna give you $15 a month, but you gotta put that nigga out.
I don't think that happened.
You don't think that happened?
Nope.
I know
I
it
think that's a
happened.
lie.
You
I
don't
mean,
know
okay,
that?
okay. Let me say this.
My
I'm sorry.
grandmother's 96 years old, and yeah, I know it happened.
It depends on where you at. That's what I want to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but down here it definitely happened.
Yeah, it depends on where you at.
Oh, my grandmother, and she stayed with her husband, but she didn't leave her husband for no couple of dollars a month. But which was all cool. But my grandma 96 right now. Husband beat her, cheated on her, a whole bunch of Joe Jr. showed up to his funeral, all type of stuff. But he left her 7 houses. So
Okay.
I think she did good by not taking the $15 a month. Now
Right,
she had
right,
to
right.
go through a whole bunch of shit. But I do feel like those men did take care of their women back in the day. It's just that those women, like you said, wanted to feel a sense of freedom, not knowing that some like $15 a month, we kind of getting ourselves in a deeper hole. A man can go make more than $15 a month and bring it back home.
Right.
But
Right.
because,
So,
like you
right.
said, we was wanting that kind of freedom. I think that's why a lot of the women kind of jumped on it. They was probably tired of getting beat, tired of their husband coming home drunk, or whatever.
Right, right. Or it could be like this. The welfare money is guaranteed, and ain't no talking. Maybe I'm gonna give it to you. Maybe I'm not gonna give it to you. A lot of them dudes was like, "Yo, if you don't give me no sex, I ain't gonna give you no money." It was a lot of crazy shit going on with
Yeah,
them
that's
Black
true.
dudes with them women, man. And so what the welfare system did, it just gave women a choice. And I don't think
Yeah.
nothing's wrong with that. It just gave you a choice. Okay, I can take it or I don't have to take it. I don't have to be, I don't have to deal with an abusive dude who's drinking all day and he's trying to give me $30 a month opposed for the 15. A woman be like, shit, I'll take the 15, you do the loan and hustle up on the other 15. I got a whole month. So it can all be different types of things, man. I feel like where is bad at for black males. So a lot of black males tell me this. They are gods of the universe and all the spirituality talk and but this is the black man's land and all this. Okay, I hear them all talk that, and well, I'm like, okay, fine. If you are all that, then you should be destroying the goddamn suntowns. If you are all that, what you saying, then you should migrate to a place that's better for your family because black families was doing that. So when that Civil War shit happened, when they decimated the South and all that type of shit, you had a choice. You stay in the South or you went somewhere else. A lot of people stayed in the South, a lot of people left. So it just all depends, dude, because the black male can't tell me he's a leader of the household, and that white man or that white boogeyman is beating your ass every day and keeping you out your own house with your family. That's all I'm saying. So if the black man could be cool and listen to hip hop and listen to people black men murder each other, if he can be in gangs and kill other black people, all right, then what's your problem with getting at that white dude then? What's your problem with that? Why are you scared of him? So then it comes to a point, man, is people, is the black male really for the black woman? You only gonna tell by his actions and his behavior every day. That's pretty much how you're gonna tell. And if he listened to his woman, because a lot of those women back in the day was probably saying like, yo, you lost your job. I'll go to work. I'll take the loan. And he'd be like, no. I'd rather our family suffer than you contribute to the family so you can have some power over me. Shit like that was happening. Mm-hmm. So the black male now, he just don't want that black woman to have no freedom like that. Now, I can't say all of them, but a lot of them be like that. That's why the dude want to go in there and be like, I want to take care of you. I want to protect. I want to provide. I want to take care of all the bills. I'm like, dog, you just met that girl. You want to do all that? You ain't doing that for your own mama and your grandmama. You lying. Like, how you going to do that for somebody you just met and you ain't even going to do that for your own mama and your grandma? And they know and you know they need you. You ain't providing protective for them. You ain't cutting no grass. You ain't over there putting no food in there. You know what I mean? So I tell my little cousin, I'm like, yo, you dating? See what he doing for his mama. See what he doing for his grandma and all that type of stuff. And I'm telling you right now, them dudes ain't doing none of that unless he getting some sex. He ain't getting no sex. He ain't doing no protecting and providing none of that shit. That shit's over with. So his fuel to be a man, he has to be able to get sex in return. So sex has to be his fuel to do what he said he's supposed to be doing biologically. So I just be thinking I just be looking at them as lying. I just be like, y'all just lying. You should be able to take care of your family without being in a relationship with that woman or to have sex with them. That's your child, man. How you repeating what the same thing your dad did to you? Why she got to be arguing with you about bringing over groceries and stuff? You should be able to do that out of duty and responsibility as a man. But they just don't do it. So I don't be believing them.
A lot of men, when they leave, they feel like, oh, I don't want to do nothing for you no more. So I guess they feel like if they bring groceries over, you might take a bite, and then that's gonna be. See, I don't know.
Yo, I think we're gonna talk about this real quick. Let me just show this real quick.
Okay, you ain't getting no bite of my egg rolls.
Go ahead.
I am a person who received welfare, aid to needy families with children, Medicaid, food stamps, WIC, fuel assistance. I lived on those for a number of years because I had a baby when I was 14 and I moved out of home when I was 16. And I did work and I walked miles to work in the snow. I walked to the store. I walked to the laundromat with my laundry.
So I just wanted to show you the face of welfare. It's not we're always thinking that us as Black people are just on welfare all the time. It be white people on welfare. It's far more white women on welfare, uneducated, this, that, the other, than
Yeah,
black.
yeah, yeah.
You know, I
We need
think
to
a
stop
cause.
making that become our like associating welfare with black people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
But
that's
it's like,
because
go ahead, go
a
ahead.
lot of white women, never had work history. Like most of those women, they get that. A lot of them never had work history. Whereas more black women, we have work history. So once we get that age, we might can apply for Social Security or something. You know, when you're on Social Security, you can't get food stamps. But a lot of them don't have work history. They start having kids young, fresh out of high school. You know, they hustle, do whatever, get on some welfare. You know, whatever they do. I think that's kind of like a part of it. That's the only thing I could see because I know one thing, we gonna even if we get out of high school and go to McDonald's or something, we gonna get us some working. Whereas a lot
You
of
feel
them
me?
I see, yeah, don't
Yeah,
come over here screaming at me.
yeah. She still
Sorry,
there?
my daughter
Oh,
wrote a letter to me. I'm
okay.
trying to read it. She
And
said,
look, I just had to mute up because mine come over here screaming at me.
Yeah.
right. So yeah. So see, so welfare is not just girl. Take that coat off. My child is just driving me crazy. Anyways,
Mm.
so welfare is not just uh the housing and the TANF and the SSI is also welfare.
Mhm.
That's it's all.
Okay, I'm gonna take that back. Whatever it is, I'm not on it yet. I don't know if I'm old enough, but whatever it is that they taking out your check for you to get back when you get older, not with nothing they giving you, it's something that you paying
All that
to
is
get
welfare.
later.
Yep, that's welfare.
Mhm.
How is that welfare if that's my money? If I work for that money
It's on the
and
it's
you're taking it out my check,
honey, welfare is taken out of your check when you pay your taxes.
the tax, right? Your taxes. I know that.
Yeah. So it's really you getting the money back that you put in if you ever worked before. It's like so I don't. So
Right.
to me, I think it's just this. It's, first of all, you're really only supposed to be allowed to be on welfare for 5 years. It's only supposed to go on for 5 years.
Mhm. Mhm. But
And
then check this out. What happens? Hold on, Jenny. What happens when it's tax season and women be getting all the money back for the kids? Where's that tax money come from?
We work for that. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, you get the money back from that. Because they take the money
Right.
out of taxes and you get your money back at the end of the year. Well, half of it back. They don't give you the whole thing back.
Yeah,
That's,
you
that's
know.
called a tax
You
refund. It's a
So
tax.
so so when we look at the welfare system is pretty much created pretty much because of the man's inability to take care of his family.
No,
Okay,
no,
what is it then?
that was not the reason why. Roosevelt created the welfare system.
Who did?
President Roosevelt.
Yeah. So what I'm talking about, where is that now? So you got to understand, President
Um,
Roosevelt created it. Frank FDR created it, right? But then it changed over the years. Another president is coming in there changing shit. Another president is coming and changing shit. So it's way different now than what it started as. I'm talking about right
well,
now.
okay. So all right, let me just say this:
know.
they
Okay.
created They created the welfare system because there were a bunch of unemployed people.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't have a job, you can't survive. You can't buy food. You can't pay your rent. So you can't. And you need help, right? You can't. You don't have medical benefits. So not having a job is the first thing that starts you to make you be on welfare.
No,
So
wait.
that's the
Well, you
reason
got to be
why.
a woman. You got to be a woman to really get welfare unless you're homeless as a man.
No, that's not true. You can get on welfare if you're not homeless.
So a man can get on welfare if he's not homeless. Well,
Yeah, you can get food stamps. Yeah,
well, that's not really welfare. That's like food
that is
assistance.
no. That's welfare.
Okay.
Temporary uh uh assistance TANF
Mhm.
for
I guess
needy
it's probably
families.
going to be depending on where you live at in the United States. It's probably
Yeah,
going to be different.
TANF is the money program that you get for the kids. SNAP is the EBT program.
Okay.
Supplemental
Um,
something program.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So all that's welfare. Obamacare is welfare.
So check this out. But now, look. So I got a couple cousins, female cousins. They say they can't get food stamps because they make too much money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not more. It's not meant to. It's for unemployed people. That's the whole purpose of it. Unemployment is a form of welfare.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
let's so so I think what we should be able to look at too, as far as like the youth, is that unless a tragedy happens with that man or whatever like that, I mean, more men got to be able to, or women got to be able to look at like who we, who y'all really like, not y'all, who women really pretty much is having babies by. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
Because
even just about having babies by it. It's about being employable. Because I have babies, and you know what? I have a decent, but I have a skill set, a trade, right? So
Mhm.
my I would my trade would not keep me in that welfare. It kind of would keep me away from welfare because I would be working in a certain trade.
But
If
you
I'm
know why?
if
You
I'm a
know why?
nurse, like if I'm a nurse,
Mhm.
you know, nurses are high demand. You know what I'm saying? So you
Okay.
don't have a chance of being unemployed or reduced, right? So I
Mhm.
think that what's happening is that people are they're choosing careers. That you know they're not going to school. They're not graduating. And once again, it's people focus on the black woman as being on welfare when actually she is the most enrolled in college. And as you can see here, when you have college, you're and you have some level of education, your chances of being on welfare reduce because you end up being employable, more employable, right? Even if you work at a call center or something like that. But a lot of the people that's on welfare are people that do have like some level of education. Even like that white lady says, "Oh yeah, I left home when I was 14. I got pregnant when I was 14. I dropped
Mhm.
out of school. Blah 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 blah." You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So that's like the people that end up on welfare are like uneducated people um that don't
But
graduate.
come on, VJ, let's be fair. A lot of that happened to us too. But as soon as at 16, when McDonald's start taking applications from us, our mama ain't gonna let us just lay in the house with a baby at
Yup. Yup.
16. We got to go fill out that McDonald's app. McDonald's will hire you
Yup.
at 16, whether you got education or not. It might not be the best of money, but it's some money.
Now all the crackheads and took all the McDonald jobs.
No, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Maybe the checkers, but not McDonald's.
I don't know. I
Man, the
just say
crackheads ain't trying to get up and go
I
to no
see a
work like that all the
crackhead
time.
at McDonald's working. I don't know. Every time I go, I'll be like, "That's a crackhead working McDonald's."
Uh, damn. Yo, you might have some sprinkling through there. You know what I mean? You might have some
Hey,
sprinkling through that.
at least they
But
paying
check
for
it.
that. Mm.
Hey, but Janice, but Janice, though.
Old woman working at McDonald's at that for that didn't they work the whole time and they old as hell and working at McDonald's and should be retired. Come on.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the auntie that bought our house through Section 8 on the program. She
yeah,
been
you
in
feel?
the house for
Yo, the
15
women be
years.
moving and shaking, man. You be thinking they. A lot of people be thinking because the women be working at McDonald's, they don't be having no major other hustles going on, man. They be. See, that's the thing with the women, do they know how to maneuver through that system, dude.
Honey,
They know how to maneuver, dude.
listen,
Hello, got to
McDonald's
know that.
managers make about 60,000 a year. Quiet as kept.
Yeah, but
Cause
they
let
be
me
knowing how
tell
to
you how
maneuver.
I'm gonna tell you how you. I'm gonna tell you because I got an 18. She's 70 something years old now. She been on Section 8 since I was a child. I'm
Damn.
33. Hello, she probably
Yeah,
was
Listen,
there
man.
before I was even in my mama's thoughts.
Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
if
she bought her house through the program on Section 8. She had a little job, whatever. It wasn't paying much, but you know, Section 8 go by what you make. So even if she had to pay $20 a month, that was her rent. And meanwhile, she wasn't paying into Section 8. She got on through the little program, and every month she was paying her Section 8 towards her mortgage. That's how she brought the Section 8 house. It took her 15 years, but she brought the Section 8 house. And
Right.
boom, now she retired from her little job and she own her little Section 8 house and she get her little check from all the
Damn.
years she put into Social Security. It ain't might not be the most glamorous. She probably can't go buy Gucci, but she own her shit and she was comfortable her
But
life.
and see, that's what I want to say.
Damn. That's
The
what's up.
misconception is that the people that are on Section 8, I mean, that are on welfare are like people that are our age, that are in their like 30s, 40s, 20s, etc. The majority of people that are on welfare are in their 50s and 60s.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look right here, which is the actual Census Bureau statistic, and see, that's what I'm saying. People just want to say the word welfare, right?
Mhm.
Okay, So you have WIC for women, infants, and children.
I
That's
forgot about that
free.
wig.
Yeah,
Okay, that wick,
free,
ooh, that wick
free and
cheese used to
reduced
be
price
good back in
school
the G.
meals
I know.
there.
I heard too. Yeah, I heard the wig was
Right.
jumping.
SNAP, Medicaid. So if you, like I said, Obamacare, that Medicaid, the chip, the energy help. If, like, say if you back behind on your electric bill, you go get some help. Rental subsidies, Social Security, Medicare, and unemployment are all welfare.
So check this out though, Jenny. So, okay, when you mention all that, right? Look at all them different things, right? Why would the black male be mad because a woman getting all that?
Man, listen, it's not just women that are getting that.
But what I'm
31,
just saying,
hold
I'm
on,
just saying.
31% of males are getting it. 68% of women are getting it, but
But the
30.
problem is the black males have a
Trying
problem with
to,
black
cause
women getting it.
one of my baby daddy, they called him a single male with no kids. Before we had our baby, they called him with a Section 8 voucher before they thought about me.
Thank you. See,
Okay.
And then we had a whole voucher, no kids and everything. And I had them signed up. I'm like, look, I got these children. What mama? Baby, them people
Right,
still
right,
ain't called me till this day. My baby 5.
it's a misconception that welfare is only for women. That's a
right, right,
misconception.
right. So the thing is, the problem in the black community is that the black male is mad at the woman for being on welfare. If you, he don't want her to be on welfare, but he can't give her what welfare is giving the woman.
He need to take his behind down to the
That's
welfare office. And get it.
yeah. That sounds like a man that wants you to be dependent on them, knowing that they don't have nothing for you to depend on. So what you
Right,
want us
that's what I'm
all to be
saying.
stuck and looking stupid? No, indeed.
Hey,
That's
I'm
what the argument
jealous
is.
of women on welfare too. I want to get me some food stamps and stuff.
You
Shoot,
gotta
Girl, okay.
you gotta rock the system. You probably gotta go certain. So that's the thing with the migration. You pretty much gotta go. You know what I mean, to the place where you can make that stuff happen, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Man, hell no. Look
everybody
here.
state
it's not
government
that
different.
If
easy.
you make like more than $11 an hour, they try to say that's mind you, if your rent a
Trying to get
thousand
me there.
$1,500 and they try to
Mhm.
say making more than $11 an hour, well, you can't get nothing. Like that's the feeding. That's what make a lot of people stay in that system, right? Because they
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
okay, I could go work my ass off and still hustle. I could get this free shit and
Yep.
hustle for whatever I need extra, or I could still go work a job and still have to come home and hustle because we can't live because everything's so high. And they telling me if I go from making $0 to $11, I can't get no more help from them, not even a couple of food stamps to subsidize me
Mhm.
transitioning back into work and all that. Nothing.
Yeah, and another thing too, I don't know, a lot of them females is going back to them childhood hustles like doing hair, babysitting. They was like getting it in. I've been in them houses,
Hey,
man, got kids all over the floor and everything like that. They getting their papers up for that. You
hey,
know what
y'all
I'm
better
saying?
get that Uber. Go ahead and apply for Uber and start riding around. I mean, before I would just, I think that Uber is kind of opening it up for people like different little like delivery stuff. I honestly think that it's less black people, women on welfare nowadays. And that's the point I want to drive home because
Yep.
in a lot of these programs they always try to throw the welfare thing into black people's face, and actually that's not that's not the truth. Is that we're not um you know
That's that black man. That's the black male talking like that. Dude. He's trying to make that black woman feel crazy about that stuff. But he's stuck in the past. So he's thinking about the welfare system when he was a kid and his grandma in them days. He's not looking at it like the statistics now. If he knew what we were just seeing right there on that screen right now, if he knew that, he wouldn't be talking like that. He's stuck in the past. That dude is way stuck in the past. Man.
yeah. And
He's way in the past. Dude. Like when I be hearing them dudes talk, be like, "Oh, you're not independent if the welfare system taking care of you." And I'm like, "What is you talking about?" Bro? Like, but my ears perk up. I'm like, "Why are you even mad about her being on the welfare? She owed that. All the shit that black women dealt with, man. They better have a program, man, to be able to take care of her ass in the future." The hell, these dudes be talking about? I just don't get it.
yes.
And I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if somebody got Section 8 for $15 a month. I think that black woman earned that.
Well, Section 8 is going to it's not going to give you only, it's going to pay your rent for where you live at. Okay. Hey, what's up, information man
How you
show?
doing?
How
How you
are
Oh,
you?
I
doing,
heard. Oh,
brother?
yeah, I heard about him. I heard about him. What's up, bro? What's up?
What's going on, brother?
What's up? What's up?
I just wanted to add a couple of things to the perspective of the conversation. um, as black men, and I'm really getting tired of this conversation, hearing brothers on YouTube. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general. Because I've been on lots of panels in the past with manosphere individuals and things of that nature.
Mhm.
And brothers are always complaining about what black women are getting. And the reality is that, and I just did a show about this a couple weeks ago, or some. Black women are getting more degrees. They're getting the advanced degrees, and instead of black men complaining about what black women are doing academically, if you feel like you don't measure up, get your ass into a program, get your ass into skilled training, get your ass into education, and stop complaining. Because what's happening is, I did a show a week ago about, as black women are earning more, are they willing, or the newer generation, will they be willing to marry down to a man who doesn't measure up academically or financially or what have you, depending on where that woman is in her life? We as men, we need to step our game up, because our women are beating us out in the areas that are very important. Let me give you some stats here. Among black students in higher education, women are more likely than men to earn degrees. Black women get 64.1% of bachelor degrees and 71.5% of master degrees, and 65.9% of doctoral or medical or dental degrees. And a majority of those medical degrees come from historical black colleges. So, black man, if you don't want to go to college, then what's becoming big again is skilled trades. A lot of the Z generation males are saying that they want to go and get skilled trades and not deal with the potential of debt going to college. So get skilled trades, go into plumbing, go into electrical engineering, whatever it is, so that we can stop focusing focusing on black women and getting upset because, well, you got some black women that are getting higher education and what have you. And I know as men, we want women to be feminine and beautiful and all those things we want them to be at home. But damn it, I want a woman who's educated. I want a woman who's got something going with her for herself, so that we can build together. And this issue of warfare, we know the truth, everybody. We know the truth. White people are the biggest beneficiaries of warfare. Here are these numbers. Non-Hispanic white people account for 44.6% of adult SNAP recipients, those that are receiving it. And
Damn.
31.5% of their children. See, we're always demonizing, this society always demonized black women. They make black women the image of the bag lady, taking money from the system. But 31.5% of children that receive welfare, going all the way back to 2020, and it's still the same now, are white children. About 27% of both adults and children receive, and black children receive these benefits. That's 27% compared to 31.5% of white children and 44.6% of white adults in general. Okay. Now, black and Hispanic people who can be of any race account for 21.9% of adults receiving and 35.8% of the children receiving. So I had that one a little mixed up, but the bottom line is black children and black people are not the biggest receivers of the welfare system. And in fact, we know this to be a fact, that when most black women or men or any of us get on welfare, we use it as just a crutch, or we use it as a way to get ourselves where we need to be so that we can get off of it. I don't know any black people that I've met in my time that enjoyed being on welfare and wanted to stay on it. I know people personally that while they were receiving it, they were going to school, they were trying to get other skills to get off of it, because it keeps you in a trick bag, right? If you have too much income coming in the house, then they'll cut your benefits. Then there's this whole thing about, well, black women took the welfare and pushed the black man out of the household. I looked at some data, and originally black women were not getting the welfare. Originally, it was going to white women. Originally, a lot of black women got cut out of this, got cut out of it. But when black women received it, of course, you know how the government works. You can't have an extra income in the household. So there were black men. We know the history. There were black men that were in the household, and when the social services would show up, that black man would step out, and you would make the house look like no man was living there. Okay, so for black men to sit up here and blame black women for you kicked me out of the household. Well, what kind of man are you to be kicked out of a household where you got kids? If you got kids that you're supposed to be taking care of, how the hell are you getting kicked out of a household?
Right.
And the men that left those households with kids, they used that shit as an excuse because these were men that weren't living up to their responsibility. Now, we have to be honest here. The system set up a system to keep black men from being employed. So when black men were looking for jobs, trying to get employed, you destroy them from those opportunities. Therefore, you make them useless to their family. So we have to be honest about that. There were a lot of black men that could not find employment because there was a system set up to keep black men from employment. And they know that the way you destroy a family is you must destroy the male in that family first and make him almost make him neuter him, because part of our identity as men in this society is that we're supposed to provide, protect, and take care of our wives and our children. And part of that is employment. And if you don't have that, it makes you feel less of a man. So there were some men that were impacted by that, but then there were some men who just left their families. But then why don't we talk about the white women who took welfare and there were white men who left their families too? Nobody wants to talk about that one.
I'm sorry, MD. Every once in a while, I'm muting you because you have some background noise going. That's a reverb in the microphone. So that's the only reason why I'm muting you. Just let me know when you want to talk, and then
I'm gonna stop what I'm saying. I'm pretty much finished with my diatribe.
Oh, that was wonderful what you were saying, and you know the thing about it is that I think that we do need to like start talking more when we actually do talk about that. Did you see the thing we did about Tommy Sotomayor and
I'm gonna tell you, I've been considering doing a video about that dude. I had a argument with him on Brother Sanchez. Brother Sanchez brought him on his channel and had people come up on the panel and question him about a few things, and I came up on the panel and questioned him about a few things. But what we see with him is classic. He shits on black people, black women, black men, shits on us, and then tells us that if we would just be respectable as black people, such as respectability politics, that white people would accept us. Then he runs over to Fox News and to white folks, and he coons around for them. Gets that white girl who's talking all kind of racist stuff about black people. He's cooning around with her. And then when
Tommy, what you call Tommy? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing.
Tommy Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Yesterday we did a thing with Tariq Nasheed and Myron. They had a panel.
Yes.
And Tariq Nasheed was talking about white supremacy. That's how we even got into this discussion about the welfare system, because they were saying that all black people do is wear a pad. This is like Myron and Sneeko. Sneeko is mixed with Haitian and Filipino, and Myron is from the exactly. That's crazy.
They don't like black people,
right? And Myron is from the Sudan, and so they were basically dissing, saying that we are on welfare, and that's how we got into this discussion. But oddly enough, Tommy Sotomayor was on. He was on Tariq Nasheed's side for the first time. It was interesting how that went down. And then when they said that black women are the most educated going to school, Tommy Sotomayor hollered out, "No, they're not. They're just the most enrolled."
That's not true. He's so, you know what?
Whole time.
Tommy is so stupid.
It was
Tommy
crazy.
is so stupid. Black women are not only, it's already been put out there, black women hold the most degrees of any group in this country, and black women are graduating at higher rates, and they're more enrolled than we are, and they're matriculating through the system. Tommy is a hater of black women, and I'm going to say this to you, sister. All you got to do is go look at some videos on YouTube when he ran his ass over there to, what's that, white supremacist, You all know about it. He was on I think a Twitter space with Richard Spencer is his name, white supremacist. Got on there with him and thought that he could use respectability politics, right? About, oh, well, if black people would just clean ourselves up, right? And Richard Spencer told him point blank, as they were clowning him, we don't care what you do with yourself. We don't like you. See, white supremacists don't care if you put a suit on, if you wear your hat backwards, if you have your pants below your ass, or you walk around with a suit on like Dr. King. They don't like us. They don't want to be around us. And he went over there, thought that he was going to get brownie points with them, and they kicked him out of their little space, and they clowned him to the point that Tommy kept going back and forth with them, and he got another Negro wake up call. So yes, Tommy on the one hand gets up there and does something with Tariq at that moment, but then he turns around at the same time and hangs out with the white supremacy crowd, kissing up to them, and they clown him. So he is what he is, but he has been bad for black people on social media. He has been bad for our community. He has been a bad image. He spouses out garbage, which is why he's no longer on YouTube, and he's over there on Rumble. You know what Rumble is for? Rumble is where all the degenerates are sent to because they get kicked off of YouTube. So they run over to Rumble, where he's at right now. And then you got people on YouTube that bring Tommy on their show to pick his brain about stuff, which I don't understand why. What is there to pick his brain about? So that's how I feel about Tommy.
Do you know if that live that conversation with Myron, is that on Rumble or is that on Clubhouse? Do you know what that is?
I believe
That was Clubhouse.
It was Clubhouse, but also let me just tell you this. Like I said, Tommy is on Rumble. So I think when Tommy was going back and forth with that Twitter space, talking to Richard Spencer and his whole crowd, I think he was broadcasting it into his Rumble. But there's people on YouTube who have clipped it, where you can go on YouTube and just put in there Tommy being embarrassed by Richard Spencer or something like that, right, in the search engine. And you'll see all these videos where people have clipped it, and you can see it for yourself. The argument that he was having with them back and forth and how they really didn't show him any respect. And this is why I do not like respectability politics, which says if you just clean yourself up, black people, and you do this and do that, you'll be accepted, right? It's just because you're being too ratchet. No, they won't. They don't accept us either way. You saw what they did to Dr. King. They took him out of here, and he was the most respectable you can get to. So I think black people, and this is my opinion, we need to continue to work together with ourselves, support one another, and understand that we have a lot of enemies out here, and we're our own. We only have ourselves. And I'm not one of these dudes on YouTube that has a hate for my own women, which is why you won't find any content on my channel where I'm hating on black women. I have videos where I've been talking about the whole issue between employment, blue collar versus white collar. That was the latest video that I did in terms of showing how brothers that are blue collar who make a good living and black women who have a college education, will they still be able to match with each other and get married and all those sort of things. So I'm looking for what grows our community and not what hurts our community and divides us. And Tommy has been a source of division. I mean, look at who else got booted off of YouTube? You know, who's the female version of Tommy? What's her name? She got booted off. Cynthia G.
Cynthia.
Right. She was the opposite of Tommy, where she talked about black men and aborting black babies and all this nonsense, which is poison and is complete
That's
poison.
crazy. I wonder how she got taken down, but the Fresh and Fit still are there.
Well,
But
I think Fresh and Fit, I believe, and I could be wrong, correct me, I think Fresh and Fit got moved off of YouTube and they're on Rumble
They
as well.
demonetized.
no,
They
they
on
got
Rumble too.
demonetized.
Oh,
They got
demonetized. Okay.
demonetized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
the
on
thing
Rumble
is,
too.
Probably because they because they get big numbers and YouTube is making money off of them. You know how this works on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you got a huge channel and you're getting in thousands of people watching you, you're generating money. Because I could tell you right now on YouTube, there's a bunch of white supremacist channels on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
where they're spousing all kind of things that we couldn't get away with, and it's because they've got a
Oh yeah.
huge audience, and YouTube is making money
What?
off
But
of
I
them.
wonder,
Oh
I
yeah,
wanted to tell you, bro, that was phenomenal. I could, like, sometimes when I be thinking of it, I'm like, I can't wait till he get to it, right? But
yeah.
I'm glad you covered that because if y'all don't have Infoman, y'all know I got to support my brother. If y'all don't have his channel, definitely if Jackie, he got not the Infoman, you can do the Infoman, but he has a React channel also where he does reaction. I don't know if they're able to find it, but
Yeah, that's
you,
you
I
could
don't.
find it if you go to my main channel, Information Man Show, and then you scroll down, you'll see where I have subscribed to my other channels, and you'll see Info Media Reaction, the reaction channel. It's on my first page, and you can click into it that way if you like.
All right, so if Jackie or Miss Leo would like to drop the link, that'd be perfect. But the only reason why I'm bringing that up because
Mhm.
who introduced the guy? I found out about that because I don't. They tried to change up their image. I think one name is Ryan, and I forgot the other one name.
Mhm.
Holly Initiated. They were the ones
Mhm.
who was supporting, who had him out in the front, and the talk as they was talking about supposed to be talking about him and his wife, but
Mhm.
they were one of the channels that was supporting him and telling him. And it's sad that when people do not do reach out, I felt so bad for that lady yesterday. You know, she was really hurt, and that's why information is never old because it's
Mhm.
new to somebody else.
Yes.
But a lot of the red pill and them type of stations was bringing that man on their panels, and
Right.
that's how a lot of people got duped in that because red pill, they're not going to do no research. They figure, hey, this person is big. I finally got him on my show, and then we all get duped. But the man is
Right.
fair and red is pill. That's how I found out about him. And then when he was on Holly Initiated, that's when I seen him in
Right.
full.
Mhm.
And he was promoting that the Tulsa thing, the Tulsa fund.
Right. Jay Morrison
Morrison.
has been running a scam and using that name, and hasn't given a dime to anybody in that community, but he's grifting off that name. He had I think they had raised $11.7 million in that fund. Oh, I think they had 12 million, and then it got deleted down to 700,000 people that invested their $500. Thousands of people have not seen a return on investment. That legacy center that he opened up, that he called the Black House in Atlanta, he had to sell that. Jay Morrison has been scamming, and Julian Gordon, who gave him 40,000, has been on top of his behind because he wants to see legal action against him. So he says he's bringing
Mm-hmm.
up information, data, stuff that he has because he wants to see this man go downhill. There's alleged beliefs that he may have used some of the money to purchase him and his wife a home. There's
Mm-hmm.
all kind of shady
They
stuff
was
that
talking
with
that.
his background, his criminal background,
But do
and
you think them channels, even with Holly Initiated, do you
mhm.
think it's their responsibility now? Because remember, we
Yeah,
found out through him, through y'all, right?
I
And y'all
think.
praised him, his books and Bible. Do you think is their job to give the people an apology or something?
Well, let me say this: there are certain channels on YouTube who have brought these people to our light, have introduced these people to us, who I feel they should give an apology to the community. For example, when you look at someone like he's not a brother, Polite, who is now in prison for doing what he did to a minor child. Who brought us Polite? It was Sinetta TV, where they would have all that little conscious community debating. He brought them on
Correct.
there. When you
Mm-hmm.
look at someone like Umar, who this school situation he's been doing it's been crazy. Who introduced him to us? Well, Tariq had him in the Hidden Colors. He blew up in the Hidden Colors, but the person that really was pushing him the most was Sinetta TV. He would come on there and he would debate people. because
And it's on.
he got popular off of Hidden Colors in 2011. That's what got him popular. And then when he went on the Sinetta, that blew him up. Who are the ones that were pushing this York, this Malachi York individual who was molesting children and running a cult out there, right? Who was bringing that? Who was promoting that man? Well, again, Sinetta TV and all these so-called
Sinetta was promoting Malachi York.
What
What
I'm
you
trying
call
to
it
say
is from
is
his camp. Remember, he had
before-
his son there
right.
and
A lot of
Polite. They
these-
all come from York.
Right. A
It's
lot of these
Brooklyn. Stop,
people,
DJ.
a lot of these people within that black conscious community that you see on Sinetta's TV, these are people that were praising a York. I don't call him Dr. York because he's not a real doctor. You would hear them praising this man, saying things, you know, all this stuff. Oh, he's great. He's this and that. Guess where they all learned this stuff from? Polite was a student of York. Umar, when he does his repeated cadence, he got that from you. They all looked up to that man. He was
Umar used to follow Dr. York. Oh my
Right.
God. What in the world?
So you have to always look at who brought this person to you and what's the agenda. And I wish that these content creators who have these bigger channels who introduce these people in the first place, when they find out that they've done wrong, I wish they would come clean on their channels and apologize to the community for saying, you know, at least come out and say, look, I want to apologize that I even promoted this person, spoke highly of this person, now to find out that this person is a despicable, you know what, right? But you hardly ever see people come out and just say, like for example, Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins was promoting Jay Morris.
Yeah.
And
say
I got
that.
the receipts on it too.
Say that. I seen
Yvette
it.
Carnell did a show.
Say that.
She showed the receipts. I clipped all the receipts that she showed. He was promoting him. When you know how Boyce Watkins has this little business meetings that he had where he tell you to come to his seminars, just another way to griff on you folks. He had Jay Morris in there and was co-signing Jay Morris to his people. So these people, we got black people on social media and even off social media that's bringing us this bullshit. And it's a shame, y'all. But I'm going to drop off Sugar Love. I got to eat. And
it's bringing us this bullshit.
I got some things I got to do.
Are you going on later?
I will be. No, I won't be going.
Information man.
I just dropped a video.
MD Revo wanted to say something.
Yes, sir.
Yo, man, I appreciate you being on Dr. Umar head, man. I seen that one video that you was talking to. I think it's Lennon Honor. Lennon.
Yeah. Thank
you.
Yeah,
you was kicking that. You was kicking it, man. Stay on that man head, man.
I appreciate that.
Stay on that man head.
I'm watching the clouds. I got some things I got to do with my daughter.
All right, my brother.
Thank you
so
for
much.
letting me come up. Yeah, y'all keep the powerful conversation though. Keep it going. I wanna listen. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Definitely.
Okay, I see we have his channel right here, but let me play this real quick.
Now, if you look at this Mr. Sotomayor page on Twitter, it seems that it's no longer up. I don't know why. Oh,
Fair use.
probably because
Fair
when he
use.
posted
Fair use.
that, he got kicked off of Twitter. We don't see him there right now. That's interesting. Wow. But you notice when you see those white people on Twitter saying the N-word, they don't never get kicked off. Tariq Nasheed talked about that. He posted, these accounts are allowed to fester on Twitter. And now, as you can see, some of these things, cheap ass N-word, we'll blur all of these for you so you can see what the white racists say to black people on Twitter. But when Tommy posted this, they completely deactivated his Twitter. Now, what does that show me? It's another situation that Tommy has learned that he got his Negro wake-up call. You see, because people think that, you know what, we go over here and deal with these Caucasians, things are going to be just so much better for us. It's going to work out. I'm tired of black people. It's just going to be okay. The reality is it's not going to be okay. The reality is you're going to have those same issues that you've been having because you hate yourself. And Tommy can't get along with white people. Tommy can't get along with black people. So what community can he fit in? Well, he's out of the black community because he's a self-hater. He hates on anybody in the black community that's doing their thing. So he goes into the white community where he would never have a chance. He's mad at them too. So who's the real issue here? Now you want to be black and tell black folks to go out there and bust a cap in white people as if blacks should take you seriously? This is going to happen to a lot of blacks who go out there and they sell themselves out for white people. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. I've been telling y'all this. Y'all don't want to learn. You think these people like you. Remember what happened to you brothers out there that was simping for just pearly things? Some of those guys look stupid. Some are not even on YouTube anymore. And guess what? She don't care nothing about you. You allow her to disrespect your community, disrespect your people, and then look at you. You don't get nothing out of it. And I'm going to reference some people who stay black. You might not always agree with them, but they always got a following. Look at Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now, you know I don't like Dr. Boyce Watkins for anything. But who would you rather be, Boyce Watkins or Tommy Sotomayor? Boyce Watkins gets a lot of support from the community. Now, is he shady? That's left to be talked about. I will leave that for another forum. Brother Corey Holcomb. Brother Corey Holcomb has done things I have never seen.
I was trying to find the one where we're showing the Richard Spencer thing. This guy is going in on everybody. He's going in. This person, that person. He is going off. Hold on. He went down the list, didn't he? Hold on. This is Info Media Reacts page, you guys. So please check his page out. Where he
O'Shea, Duke Jackson. Credit goes out to video credit goes out to O'Shea. Duke
that was O'Shea going off on everybody. He don't like nobody. I don't like this, but he gave a list. Man, O'Shea. Okay, so so if you guys get a chance, this is who was just talking, Info Media. He has a lot of information. So shouts out to him. Man, Jay Morrison lying to investors on Zoom. Yes, so these are some of the things that he was talking about. So definitely check out his channel when we're done here. So anyways, where were we?
Well, we were
looking for when Tommy got disrespected.
Yeah. I was trying to find the actual video. Hold on. Because O'Shea was just going in on. He said,
O'Shea used to be that too until he had a wake up call. All of them got a background. Like, we forgot where y'all came from. He started out to black woman hater until he moved to Africa. Whatever. But we know.
Let me see if this is.
Don't forget to put that Fear You sign up in there and give the video credit.
Hold on. Let me see if I can add it.
Genesis.
Where we are today.
It wasn't right.
You're a media. Shut the fuck up, your wife.
All my fault, guys. All my.
Did you see his face when he told her to shut the fuck up? Watch his face.
It was simple. The point was where we are today.
It wasn't right.
You're a media. Shut the fuck up, your wife.
All my fault, guys. All my.
He didn't do that with them when they were attacking him. He did that when he told the Armenian Persian from Iran to shut the fuck up. One more time. Maybe you didn't see it.
I kind of got. It was simple. The point was where we are today.
It wasn't right.
You're a media. Shut the fuck up, your wife.
All my fault, guys. To understand each other, where it used to be a thing where you wanted to understand each other because you knew you didn't know them. There were people who never crossed certain lines. There were people who never left the state. Now you got people who get on the internet and they can talk to people from all over the world. So it becomes different. Now everybody thinks that they know everything and they talk like they know everything.
On the internet means leaving the States.
I think at this point he just deciphered that they're really idiots, but he stayed. Now he's in the mode of, I'm going to teach this room something. You should have left. Well, okay.
When you leave the state, you get exposed to people in different states. When you on the internet, now you can get exposed to those same people and those same things without leaving your home. That was the point. You had to leave your home before to get exposed to different things. Now you can just sit there and get them all in one place.
Almond Eyes, you're going to have to explain this comment. What do you mean no wake-up call whatsoever? Because Almond Eyes, most of y'all start talking.
That you hear from the left and the right.
Hold up, he said black woman what?
That's why
what
they
black
get to sell
woman
it.
have to do with this?
I get it, though. I get it.
Somebody else left a comment.
I get it. You
Right
still
after
sitting
that,
there and you watch how that man conducted himself regarding Ken. That was interesting.
You passed it again. No, you're going back too much. It was just a dash. Okay, folks. Okay, so y'all typically folks that can deal with the truth. We all, especially
Let me
black
explain something
women,
to you.
got
The way
work to do because the representation is trash. Okay.
Yeah, so what we're doing this for is because, like I said, people want to keep doing this whole welfare trash thing about black women, and I'm tired of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, black women. I don't know too many black women that's on welfare, except for people that's on Social Security that's all gotten older and whatever. But but the bottom line is that so what if we're getting help from the government? You know what I'm saying? But this whole narrative that we're just sitting around having babies and getting on welfare and taking food stamps and whatever is just some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of these conservative, whatever you want to call them, people saying it, and then you have the black man wanting to back it up. And then the moment like someone says something positive on the panel full of people that hate black women, you know what I'm saying? And one person says something positive. Now we're talking about Judaism and white supremacy. This guy, Tommy Sotomayor, just couldn't wait to pipe in and yell, "No, they're not." He couldn't even just give us the credit for going to college. No, they're not. They're just the most enrolled. Well, honey, if you're enrolled in the college, aren't you going to school? What do you mean? Who enrolled in college and don't go to school?
Right.
Duh.
You're trying to make it happen. You're in a road. You're trying to make it happen.
The thing is, I'm gonna agree with Tommy. Just watch my sarcasm. I'm gonna agree with him on this part. Of course, you would think it's just if you're in your own community, you would just see majority. Whatever you at, you would see the majority, right? So you got like 50-something states. Food stamps is federal. You can use your food stamps any and everywhere in the store. It's federal money. So just because their men is living up their women with food stamps too, same way y'all black men are. A lot of them what happened to the trailer truck people? They work, they don't get food stamps, as they call it, trailer trash, or the trailer park people. They don't get food stamps. And in certain areas, let me explain something. In certain areas, this one is congested, so I know what I'm talking about. Certain areas, first of all, if you are a Jew, you have your own centers. You ain't even seen by nobody. Okay? You don't even go into centers with regular people because you would know you would not. They got centers that's just for them. So that's why you would never see them in a food stamp office because they have their own private office. Right? With where they all gonna, you will never hear the word denied, right? Number one. Number two, when people they do the system so bad. A lot of them get it because it's a hustle, because they will all live in the same house, and then each one will come. I'm in apartment A, and I'm in A B A/the suite. You know, they put the suites and stuff. and all of that money be going into one house, right? You would never see more. I have been walk past it. You can't. I mean, depending on where you live, where I live, you could just walk past there, and you would never see a majority of black people in there. Even back in the day, just because they constantly showed us. See, we fighting for what media puts out there, and it's a shame that our black men go along with it. We know this is media. We know it's not reality. We all live places where people get freaking food stamps and Medicaid. The Russians, all of them have it. And they're proud. But you would never, again, we are the only race that goes in on each other for things. It's welfare goes for everybody. Food stamps go for everybody. Like anybody who's qualified, let me change that. Who's qualified for it? So they say, right? Because some people, that's why some people don't get married legally, but according to their religion, if you jump the room, you're married, right? So some men have 5 wives. All 5 wives will now get food stamps in that one household, So again, the media puts it out there, and then we make it even worse, right? I don't know how they call that fixing the black community. I'm still confused on that. Telling people what they got, like, how is that going to fix it? Do you have a job for them? Like, how do you talk about people but have not known their solution? You want them to find the solution, so then let them do it. Like, where you at? I didn't hear from you. Is your audio fixed, Revo?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, but go ahead, baby.
No, I didn't want to try to interrupt you.
No, I wanted to hear you. Make sure
Oh.
your audio was fixed.
Oh, no, I agree. I agree with you saying, but today the black male, pretty much a lot of the black males is walking on this planet right now. When you hear them have problems with black women and they don't have no solutions by listening to the black woman, because she's gonna tell you what she pretty much needs, right? And a lot of it is in evolving into a better man. I think the black woman wants you as a man to be higher than a white man, higher than everybody. But if you want to be higher than everybody, then there's a certain duty and responsibility you have to have to the woman and to the family. And it's not just because of your woman. It's Miss Denise across the street too. It's Carol Ann across the corner. It's little Timmy and them playing in the park. Like, fatherhood is not just your kids. It's being a father to the kids in the community, man. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is like a lot of those males feel like, oh, if that girl had a fight with that dude or whatever like that, that ain't none of my business. You know how people be, how black families be like, mind your business. Well, no, you can't, because it's happening into your community. So when you look at these ghettos, right? And Genesis, you from Detroit, because I see that Detroit on your name, right? You from Detroit?
Yeah, yep.
So when you look at the urban areas in Detroit, the reason why they look like that is because they are under black male leadership. The black male run them communities, and he don't want to clean up them communities. So when the white man with the gentrification coming in the communities,
I doubt that. No, Detroit's like that because what happened is called the white flight. And when they had the riots, all the white people took their money out of the neighborhoods and left those houses. So the houses are owned by white people, but they don't allow no one to move into them, and they let them be like go to hell. You know what I'm saying?
But they did that everywhere, right?
Yeah, that was part of the integration.
Even in the housing wasn't meant for black people. We wasn't even living in housing. And back when, especially in the 70s, when even Cabrini, which is bad in Chicago, that was beautiful. When we wasn't in it, right? When they didn't have black, and that's Chicago. That was beautiful.
No, that's a big difference. I'm saying, like, what happened is that, like, say in Detroit, what happened is, say you have a whole block that's owned by a bunch of Jewish families. The Jewish families would move out to the suburbs, but they would still own the property.
Yeah, they did that everywhere.
And then what they would do is they would basically abandon them, and no one could take it over. So then you would have a bunch of abandoned houses in that whole neighborhood. And then so you have a whole abandoned area, and maybe 1 or 2 houses had people living in them. And that's why you had Detroit. looking all jacked up.
No, I'm gonna do you better.
No, they ain't want Detroit
And they
jacked up.
started
No.
to burn, then they started
I'm gonna
burning
do
the
you
houses
better.
down to try to get insurance off of them. So you had a whole
Exactly.
bunch of
New York,
neighborhoods-
they burnt it down. So and nobody could buy it, and they burnt. That's why the whole that's what they used to call it, the beat down Bronx. It was they burnt it all down. So yeah, they have ways of
called Devil's Night, and then Devil's Night would be Halloween, the Friday before Halloween, and it was known that you better watch out because houses will start burning down. Like, and a lot of it was covering up for insurance fraud, but they would be burning down crack houses and all this other stuff. And if you and even neighbors that were mad at each other started burning each other's houses down and all this other type of shit.
Yeah, they did that everywhere.
But
they did that to the New York too. They burn them everywhere you want to burn houses. But that's what they did. That's how they, as you would say, started setting up the ghetto, right? They had to make it look the way they wanted it to look. So while we're there, right,
you buy it all back up again, you know?
Because they knew that if we seen it in the condition that it was, burnt down and beat up, then that's how we're gonna act, right? We're gonna act like how we see the environment, right? They know that we're not gonna fix it up, even if you can't buy it, but you could. They knew that that's how you're gonna act, right? Because even though you couldn't buy it, that doesn't mean people wasn't still up in them houses, doing what they was doing in them abandoned houses, right? So yeah, they knew that if they condition your mind, this is how you're going to act, right? This is where I'm at. So if I'm used to pissing in the elevator, well, I complain about it. What's the first thing you're gonna say? Is, oh my God, they peed in the elevator. You're used to it. You're not gonna make that complaint. Or somebody leave garbage. Some places, boy, they watch you with your dogs, and if your dog poop, they be right behind you. Pick up the poop, right? Right. Some places you're not. So that was a way of conditioning.
See, in the Midwest, I'm gonna tell you something about the Midwest over here in Milwaukee on that side. What happened is a lot of these houses were made in the 30s, like the inner city, right? So a lot of the inner city is close to the interstate. So this is where white people used to be at, and then when they go to work, they go downtown, right? So they hit the interstate. The interstates would probably be like not even a mile away. So what happened was with the integration, when white people was like saying like, "Yo, I'm not about," they was like, "F that law, F that integration. You can't make me around these black people. So we're gonna move to the suburbs." So what happened was black people got brand new houses damn near. When they left, they didn't leave no raggedy houses like that. A lot of these houses got balconies on them and all that. So I look at them, I'm like, how did they leave them when they left to the suburbs? Them houses was brand new. I seen pictures of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they brand new. So black people came in there, and then what they started doing, black people in this city, they started not caring about them houses like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because the house was not owned by a black person. It was owned by that family. So what they was doing, they was probably set some up with the realtor, be like, okay, I'm gonna be the landlord now and all that type of stuff, or they'll sell it and it'll go to somebody else. But black people was in there pissing on the floors and shit, doing all type of weird ass shit. They turned that shit like that, man. Cause them places right here, them places was brand new. Dog. I'm like Capri Green.
If you look at early Cabrini in Chicago,
Robert Taylor's, all
that was
that.
Beautiful.
Yep.
People couldn't wait to move. It was like people couldn't wait to move. But they didn't know that, it was really they knew it was going to start off beautiful, right? And like, yeah, just to get you in there, but they knew we wasn't gonna keep it up. They knew we wasn't gonna keep it up. They knew they was gonna put drugs in the system, in the system. They knew they was gonna do all these things. Right, everything is pre-planned. Everything that is going on and planned 25, 30 years ago. It just catches up to us, and we think it's new. But our demise is always been written, right? There, like whatever we're doing now, has already been planned 20, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. And some plans was done way before then, right? Because so there's nothing new under the sun. So they know they just keep repeating things, but just new things. But it's the same repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Right?
Right.
That's
I figured it out though. Sir. I figured out when the information man was here talking about the black male and how he got to the black male. I think when he got to the black male with that crack cocaine. See, this what happened.
Mhm.
This based on my research. When Martin Luther King died, Malcolm X died. They was disbanding the Black Panther Party. They was still at war with black people. They didn't finish. You know what I mean? They no new leaders stepped up. There wasn't another Martin Luther King. There wasn't another Malcolm
But
X.
look how they did Hugh. Look how they had Huey go out, right?
Yeah.
Look how they had Huey had. Look how they was able to. This one of the smartest men, right? Started a whole revolution. Look how they got him introduced. I don't know how he got introduced. They never said how he got introduced to it. And if they did, we still
For
don't
my
know.
family, it's two different things. In my family, they said it's about Huey Newton. One part, because it's one narrative being pointed out there to basically discredit all the work he ever done in the community.
Mhm.
But what they're saying is that there's a narrative saying that he was hooked on drugs and trying to buy drugs. It was a bad drug deal. Then there's a narrative that my family believed he was still trying to get black people out of the neighborhoods selling drugs. And then you got a little young buck dude saying, like, I don't know who you is, Huey P. Newton. Who the hell you is? Crack rule, money rule, bam, bam.
Wow.
And it's over for him.
Wow.
So Huey P. Newton was past his time. Huey P. Newton died in 87. Right? So he was in the 60s movement, he was in the 70s, and you know, he grew up, he was one of the ones that was able to survive. And then it was just that era. Then nobody want to be able to touch drugs at first. Black people just touched it and they blew up on it. See, Italian people didn't want to sell in their community. They felt like it's going to be too much a problem. White people
They
really
would
doing
never do that. They sat there and they had us sell it to our. They went and got it and had us sell it in ours. They was not going to have.
I don't know though, sir. I don't know about that.
I'm talking about. Listen, you wasn't walking in none of them Italian communities. Even if they was on drugs, it wasn't like this.
No, it was definitely.
Right. So if it was, I'm not going to say it would be a minority, but for the majority of us, come on, they was not. If you got they probably got, if they got hooked on it, it was probably through cocaine, because that is like somewhere everywhere. But far as being a straight crackhead, nah, sorry. They did not have that going on. They was not selling that. They would have had to leave out their community or get somebody to go get it. They would not sell it to their own people.
Right.
They would have had to go, don't tell nobody, but drive me down there and have such and such pick me up.
Get money and they did it to their own people.
But as far as them selling it, no, they were not selling it to their wives. They the women in their community, the babies in their community. No, they did not. I mean, they had them doing other things, but that they did not.
Yeah, the drugs was like permitted, because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think the CIA put them drugs in the community like that, right? That's a narrative. But you know who drugs was at in the community? That was Pablo Escobar shit. So the thing is like when black people talking about getting a connect from somebody, he getting it from a Spanish person. He ain't getting it from no white person. He getting it from Poppy, right? He getting it from
in the beginning it was the Italian. Then it moved over to the Spanish, because Spanish wasn't doing all of that like in the 70s and early 80s. No,
Spanish.
No, in the 60s and the 70s and even early 80s. No, that was Italians. And others and others. Then
right, so go ahead.
Then because it was made in them regions, that's when they said, well, hold up, shit, let me start doing it myself, because it's made in our regions, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's when they was like, well, listen, let us get some stuff out there too. But they had to have connects with them, because that's where it was grown at, you know.
Right. So it started off as the cocaine, right? See, cocaine was the rich people drug. So crack cocaine is the poor people. Somebody created a formula. Whatever that baking soda, whatever that is, mixing together.
Baking soda.
Right. So they was looking at it like, you know what I mean? How can I? Because back in the day they was like, how can I step on this? How can I make this more than what it actually is. So they didn't give it pure. They stepped on it, all that type of stuff, and made it more keys than what it was supposed to be. And then they put a formula on that shit, and they found out the people was getting addicted to that shit.
That was
And then
the most hurting, depressing, like when everybody got their stages in their lives. Like that took our childhood like overnight. It was like like right before the crack came out.
Mhm.
Because remember, a lot of them started selling it. Like they was like 14 to 15. So technically a lot of them were still young. Right. Remember, a lot of them didn't make it to 18. And I'm like, just before that came out, we were kids. My mama was your mama was my mama. And then the next minute to see them powering each other, you know what I mean? Hey, y'all was brothers.
Man,
Like
turning them black women into like
that was
crazy.
I mean, so much that was experienced. I've seen. I'm like, I mean, when you see your whole childhood, I'm like, yeah, but how they did it, took each other out and just, I'm like, we was just jumping rope and patty caking and the next thing you know, that came out and then y'all became enemies. And like how, and then how y'all know each month? I mean, when you're still young, besides all the running and all, I'm just talking about just the point of people don't realize, a lot of people in that age bracket, how that is still traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
It's still traumatic, if depending on your age bracket. It's because people like these days, like they didn't like these kids probably wouldn't experience that because they didn't have that closeness. Like a lot of their parents is doing what they want to do, but back then, a lot of, I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm talking about before crack, they was like real mothers and not saying that all was real, but you know what I mean. It was more
I know what you're talking about.
Close knit community.
Like my mama was your mama,
right?
Yeah.
And then we in public school together, we in junior high school together, and then now to see y'all to see one best friend in your face, and this is just a normal thing. Take another friend. I'm like, my God, the funeral after funeral, that's very traumatic. Right. And then thank goodness, sometimes it does pay to have kids when you pick kids when you're young. But the thing is, a lot of these kids now that would be in our kids' bracket. If you got kids in like 30, 34, from like 29 to 34, a lot of them have no fathers because their fathers would have been the ones 14 to 18-year-olds who was running heavy in them late 80s and 90s. So a lot of these 90 babies, you see why they running so well. And they're running really well because that would have been their fathers that is gone. So that creates more that crack epidemic created a lot of single mothers.
Yeah. And you know another thing you got to add to it? You got to add them gangs. When them gangs got a hold of them drugs too.
That's when them gangs started formulating, right? I'm talking about when it first came, when we didn't know, and then whomever brought it in, and then the point of knowing that these were some good people, and you saw them, and then the next day you're like, God damn, and not literally the next day, but somebody you thought that was going to prosper. So you got the ones you seen turned into crackheads and the ones who were selling the crack. You like, what the hell is going on here? Like you would thought they were prospering. Like now you see them like, and you know that got that they have like a certain look in it. Crackheads have a certain look in their eye, right? I don't know if they blink or whatever. It's like they don't. It's like a certain. You know what I you know that crack. You know that stare anywhere. It's like each drug has a different. Oh, this card just because somebody. Each drug has a different look. Like you could tell if you're an alcoholic, it's an alcoholic type of look, but the alcoholic usually has, you can smell them. Crack has a certain look. Like that's a shame when you've been around. You know I better. That's a shame when I got their smells and they look down back.
Man,
that's how rampant it was. But you know what I mean.
as kids too, man. Next, like how you just said, how things change on Monday, on the 15th of July. You see your little homeboy with a BMX with a mongoose. At the end of the month, he got a 5.0. You be like, what the hell? Where you get that car from, man? You ain't even got no license, dog. Like, what's happening? And it just changed them, dog. Like, for real. You see him with all these different clothes now. You be like, yo, dude, like what's going on? And then you figure it out. And the next thing you know, you just start seeing all these zombies in the neighborhood, man. Like I've been in the houses, man. I've been in the houses with them young dudes coming there and take them dudes' mamas down in that basement. You know what I'm saying? I've been around that, dude. Like, you know what I mean? You so young, you can't even say nothing. Like, you know what I mean? You at the kitchen table, playing Connect Four or whatever it is we was doing and stuff, checkers, whatever. Next thing you know, this dude coming in, he telling his mom to go down in the basement. You know what they going out in the basement to do, but you can't say nothing.
And it was a shame too. And then even with the I mean, back to what she was saying before, but now we're gonna bring it back again because now we're on that. When all the daggone welfare money went to the crack man.
Yeah.
And then at that point, every place is different, but it used to be like seven for 10. If you know what I mean, it was 7 for 10, right? So for every $10, I 7, so they got $3 off the 10, if you know what I mean. That's 7%. Right. And I'm like, and them poor baby, that's when it went from kids to giving it to the drug dealers. Right. And a lot of them, they don't, and even when you look at these kids now, a lot of them too, well, it's the kids we got today. That's why I said we can't be so mad at them because we put stuff in their system.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. Can you hear me? You know how my mom and them came up? You know how my mom and them came up on the crack era? I'm gonna tell you how my mom and my auntie and them came up. They came up because them mothers was losing them kids and they had daycares and foster homes. That's how my mom and them came up. That's when them daycares back in them days, you get a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, for having a daycare. Like you had a foster home too. So them kids was getting taken from their moms because their mamas couldn't take care of them. They were strung out. So my mom and them used to get them kids before they got into the system like that. And then,
that's why I don't argue with a lot of people on these stupid panels because I'm like, they don't put dates, times, and periods because that means a lot. Only thing you say is trad. Like, what is a trad woman? Right? Even like what? It doesn't fucking exist. And then give me dates and times. Because each couple of generations, things change.
Right.
Things every couple of generations, things change. Go ahead, DJ.
No, I was just gonna say, and when you actually get into this whole new thing where you have all these artists, these female artists that are coming out that are kind of pushing like this kind of like overly sexualized, sexually liberated, kind of almost just like gross version of sexuality. You have like the sexy reds, or that we just had the BET Awards, and everybody seemed to be butt naked coming into the awards.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'm not sure whether or not this is like an answer now to all that. It's like people want to
wait. Go back a little bit. Wait, you breaking up a little bit, DJ. You're gonna have to go back. You broke up a little bit, sweetie.
I was saying is that like now what's happening is almost like the opposite, of so now you have this new liberated woman that is overly sexualized and kind of talking about sex in a very gross way, you know what I'm saying? Without any kind of and I'm not sure if that's the if this is the answer to so much repression that it gets more and more in your face. The more that we're hearing all this, well, you guys need to become more like the 60s. I mean, the 20s. People are saying no, bump that, and then now they're talking about my booty pink and my this, that, the other. Saying so,
girl, bye.
If your booty's pink, go to the doctor. But anyways, also I believe that the drugs that are out during the time frame shape
Hold
the
on.
culture.
It's
Shape
shock.
the
It's
culture.
shock. Then, if shock, then if shock, then if she's, we're gonna have to time her out. Don't block her because I don't know that age bracket, and that's gonna make this thing go age restriction. So you're gonna have to time out. Hi, shock. You're more than welcome, sweetie, but we're gonna have to time you out, okay?
Are
And you have
you a
to come back
kid?
another time. Yeah, that's a
Right.
kid.
Okay.
And if we don't know, then I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Right. Because we are talking about adult things.
Well, we're not going to block you, but we're going to have to send you out for a little bit for the grown folks talk, okay?
Oh, hi. Offset's little friends.
See, I knew it. All right. Go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, so I think that also the drugs shape the culture, back then, there was the H and it's CRACK, that was going on, but now you have more of like the Molly and like the Percocets and all this stuff. So I think that whatever those drugs are shape how the society is when it comes down to it's women, and it's in the relationships, and you're seeing more of a kind of a out there kind of a thing, like it's almost too free with the sexuality, you know what I'm saying? Uh so it's almost like it's going almost all the way to the left 100% now, so
Yeah, yes, but yeah, it changed. Yeah, you're right. You changed. It changed.
but what I wanted to also say is that, so we'll say all this to say, is polygamy the way to go though? So we talked about welfare. We don't, people get mad about the government taking care of the women, need to be quiet, da 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 da. So is it that the male wants to be able to have as many women as he wants, but even if he can't take care of all the women, you know what I'm saying? He wants the women to take care of him, and he just be the male. I mean, is that what he wants in our society, to go to that kind of a structured household where the women are making the money, he gets to basically be at the center of the household, the women work for the male, and everybody kind of comes together in this community aspect of a household? Is that what we're trying to go? Is that what we're going to be going towards as a community?
Um, well, from a male standpoint, I could say, well, when you talk about polygamy, I think right now the males are a lot of them is glorifying how you said like the pimp hoe construct or the pornographic stuff. They want girls to be kissing on girls, but you never see them building nothing really for the family. Like, you
Well,
know
the
what I
women
mean?
are talking that too, because the women that are out here singing these songs, they're talking about the same stuff.
Well, the women, I don't think I think the women is talking about having multiple men. The way they talk, the songs that I kind of like heard now. You know what I mean? They're gonna get this man to do this, that man to do that. You gotta have money to deal with me, all that type of stuff. So women now looking at it, like a lot of women looking at it like, why should I have just one and I can have 10? And I only can have one that I really have sex with. Same way in polygamy. You can have 5 wives and or 10 wives, whatever like that, but you'll probably only have a couple you really have sex with. You know what I mean? So it just all depends on what people want out of the relationship. Women, right now, I look at the young folks, you know what I'm saying, when they like coming out like 18 through like maybe like 25 in that bracket or whatever like that. It's the way it was probably in the 60s when my mom and them was like running around. It's like some sexual liberation. It's like women has been abused sexually so much where they reversed it. Like I when I talk to girls that used to like dance or stuff like that, a lot of them were dealing with bad stuff as kids that brought them to that, so they flipped it. So they took it as an empowerment thing. So women now is taking it as an empowerment thing, type of thing like that, because they know that they're only going to sleep with whoever they want to sleep with, and sometimes some of them women is able to disconnect from feelings and everything. You know what I mean? So they can
Yeah.
get down with a person and it'll just be like, give me the money, take care of me, buy me that bag or whatever. I really don't like you like that, and go to, deal something else. So the women's pretty much playing the same game like how the males used to be. The women are trying to be the pimps now. A lot. You know what I'm saying? Polygamy, to me, maybe I'm looking at it differently or more traditional side or whatever. Polygamy is about like the man being a father. Like it's really about fatherhood. It's about the man. I really think with polygamy now is that you have to have your woman, your wife should be the greatest person she possibly can be. She should be the most powerful that she can possibly be. I don't think she should be stuck in no kitchen cooking and cleaning unless she absolutely want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the problem with polygamy is like everybody's in that house together, and it's like a pimp hoe type of situation where a lot of dudes is putting girls against each other and you know what I mean and really just around so much when the man's supposed to be outside the house. See, the women don't have time to miss the man. He should be gone, like doing stuff and coming back bringing shit. The polygamy should be about sisterhood. That's what I think it should be. Having children and you know what I mean, and kind of like have the community setting, kind of like what Suge was saying, like back in the day, where you know what I mean, my mom was your mom type of thing. You know what I mean? You see my son walking out, my son could be disciplined by you. You know what I'm saying? Or like you walking in the community and stuff like that. You can't really skip school like that because you got your mom got so many eyes on you and shit. Right? You know what I mean? So the women in the neighborhood's gonna tell you, or you know what I mean? She gonna see you at the store doing something you ain't want to do. Be like, you ain't in school. She gonna spank your ass right there in front of your homeboys. So it's like there's no sisterhood. So the guys don't want the women to really be sisterhood type of thing unless it's a sexual type of thing or around it. That's what I've been seeing. They're not really building. Like the thing is, if we want to take it, if we want to look at, if black males is telling me and black women is telling me about how we came from kings and queens, and they trying to tell me that slavery ain't really our history, then why we not going back to kings and queens? Why the women don't have no empire? You know what I'm saying? Why the women don't have no sword? She got a dish rag in her hand. She's supposed to have a sword in her hand. She's supposed to have a gun in her hand. You know what I mean? She's supposed to be able to protect and defend herself and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to teach her that. She's supposed to be able to be more powerful than the man. So the man should be emptying his brain, his knowledge, and his information into his woman or women to make them even more powerful than him. Because he never know when he's gonna die. So if he died and his women don't know nothing, what's gonna happen to the women? What's gonna happen to his children? They're gonna have to go to another man and you know and be able to depend on another man to take care of them and all that. I think that's crazy. I don't think that should happen. So the males now that's in polygamy, they want to take care of the woman and give her I think just deal with the basic necessity, the bare necessities type of thing, in order to control her for sexual stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if there was no sex in polygamy, dudes wouldn't be doing it. If there wasn't no women in polygamy, dudes wouldn't be doing it. So the woman is the most powerful one in the polygamy union anyway. But yes, she's being treated like she less powerful. So the man, so in order for the man to be powerful, the women gotta be powerless. That's how I look at a lot of that shit.
Yeah, true. It's true. But the thing is, if we make each other powerful, because the thing is, we're never going to have no real power, but what we could do is live in harmony, right? And that itself would be powerful, right?
Okay.
And, you know, if we build each other up, right? I thought, wasn't it was you who said that? Yeah, it was you who said that, and you explained it perfectly well to the T. I'm not going to say it's not going to say it verbatim, but you were saying how men in other races they know for a fact it's a benefit if their women win.
Yeah, yeah.
It contributes to their household.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
contributes to if they want to get businesses and you know how do you get a business, especially the black man, off just one income. If we're starting from negative, not from zero, from negative.
Right.
Right. You have talents, and especially if you have a talent or she has a talent, you know, once you put that money together, you have what you call a family business.
Yeah.
Then you incorporate just like even in the pizza shops or whatever. It all started from grandma's sauce, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the kids learned how to make it, and they got the recipe. That's how pizza shops was done, and all these different things, right? They work together. As matter of fact, even if you watch YouTube, the channels that get the most views, people don't understand are family channels.
Mm-hmm.
the one, especially the interracial ones, they get the most views.
Mm-hmm.
But even on TikTok, you see like the little boy dancing, and you'll see the father join in. They get the most. Family brings in money.
Yeah, you're right.
When we
You're right.
separate, look at, I don't care if you're the Manosphere, Red Pill, or whatever. Family videos get more views than them. But nobody speaks upon that. When you see them men up there dancing with their women, or they doing like little skits or whatever, or they showing their families going on trips, they some of them got 1 million subscribers, and their views is like 460,000, 500,000. Some of them just be clips. So that should tell you something. But you know what? People not looking at that. They don't see how much money. My man got his son on the Lakers with him.
Yeah. And people tripping.
These people are taking their kids on concerts with them. Even Eddie Murphy had his other one coming to America. He had one daughter on there. This one, he put another daughter on there, as well as the son-in-law. Right? Family is business.
Yeah.
Is business. While the stupid people are sitting here trying to say what we should be doing and how the black woman should act, but why people are actually doing it.
Yeah. See, they don't want to empower that black woman, man. They don't want to do it. If she become powerful, they get scared, man. And she should know that.
It's more money. It's more money in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a competition with them.
Yes.
They really ain't. They really not in that for the family, like how you talking about. They really not in that. They in it because they can't live off their own masculine energy. So they need feminine energy too from another person, right? To take all that energy too. So all that polygamy talking too, it's like if you're not empowering your woman, that means you're so empty as a man that you need to take feminine energy from her, from her, from her, from her, and from her in order for you to feel some type of way strong. When what should happen in polygamy is I should walk in that situation. If I was in a polygamous relationship and it's like 5 women, I should be able to walk in that situation and give my energy to 5 women, and they should go out in the world and accomplish whatever they want to accomplish.
First of all, they said that's the white man thing, right? Sometimes y'all should follow the white man. Because the white man ain't stupid. The white man ain't stupid to have 5 wives. You know why he thinking? Because if I make this legal, let's say all 5 of y'all, it just want to leave me. That's child 5 spousal supports. Like, no, I'm gonna play around with the rest. But legally, if I'm married to them, that's if they all divorce you or 2, that's a lot of money involved. Talking about legally, right?
Yeah. And see, at that time when polygamy was illegal, to that degree, and it's still illegal right now, right? But the thing is, just imagine what you just said, though. It's kind of like, where does that leave the man, dude? He done built all this and that mindset back in the day, and I gotta leave all this to women that I don't even deal with no more. Because all they gotta do is divorce me. All they gotta do is say irreconcilable differences, and I gotta pay this girl all that stuff, that girl all that stuff, that girl all that stuff. Now you're gonna tell me when I can't see my kids, I gotta pay for that, and I'm not with none of y'all. Them white dudes is looking at it like crazy, like, you know what I mean? No, that ain't gonna happen. But the thing is, with polygamy, you can practice it in the United States, you just can't get legally married.
And that's because the white man's smart.
Yeah. right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, remember, he made the rules and he thought about it. You know, I'm gonna still have these women, but I'm gonna be legally responsible for one. That was you know saying he did that for a reason, and we already know he's not monogamous.
Yeah.
He got kids all around. We need to go. Okay, let me just go backwards. I did a show on that, Anita. We gotta be when we think about yes, we all have our place in the way God has designed the family life to be. And you said something else. See, what people don't understand, right? And I'm gonna explain something to y'all right now. That is true if God come first, right? That's true if God. And second of all, it also says in that Bible, whoever's first should be last, whatever last should be first, right? Because the roles, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it all the way, right? So if you're going to do it all the way and then the roles don't change, so now you cannot ask that question anymore. Who comes first in the man's car, the wife or his mother? If we're going to biblically speaking, then the mother still comes first because
Yep.
he is
Yep.
still the child. And if you marry a man, y'all now become one. So now his mother is now your mother. Your mother is now his mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
even if you're a grown man, right, and you're saying this is my house and this is the woman of the house, then once mommy and daddy step in, y'all back to being the children.
Mm.
So you can't change it up when y'all want to because of age, right? You will
Mm-hmm.
always, and then what shall be last should be first, and first should be last, because now when you start getting older, right, then roles is going to reverse,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's why
Right.
you must be good to your wife, because now she's going to be above you, because now if everything go according to plan, and when man usually go first, so now
Mm-hmm.
she would be the one taking care of him. She
Mm-hmm.
would be the one now head of the household.
Mm-hmm.
And when she gets sick, the lowest one at the totem pole would be the child, right? That's the one who's going to be taking care of the both of y'all.
And you know what, sure?
If you're going according to the rules. So people like to change it up when they want to. No, if that is God's law, then it has to stay God's law. So your mother will always, in that case, your mother will always be in front of your wife. But women don't want to accept that. Your father will still be above your husband, but people don't want to accept that neither. Because long as they're in front of you, if we're going by the order, you're still the child. I don't care how old you get, you're still the child. Not saying abuse it, not saying, you're not your own man, but these are y'all rules and regulations, right? So, how about we take time to have respect for one another, right? And don't forget, at the end, the child gonna take care of both of y'all. And that's the one, that's why, well, who do you feed first? The man or the child? Okay, if we're going by the order, okay, first of all, we all supposed to eat together. Man's supposed to do the little prayer or whatever, and we all eat. Now, if you're not thinking of getting old, then hey, baby, little boy, here, you hungry? Eat. But no, he's a man of the house. Okay, when the roles reverse and you can no longer cook, wife can no longer cook. Now that child is gonna be like, fuck that shit, I'm out. Now you're gonna be calling. Now you're gonna be calling that same child, right? Hey, where you at?
Right.
Can you go to the store for me? Can you
Mm-hmm.
take me shopping?
Yeah.
Right?
Be like,
Can you
yeah, I
take
ain't
me to
doing
the
all that.
doctor?
Right.
We forget that we get old, and that's why God set it up like that.
Mm-hmm.
So one can always take care of the other. No, baby, wives don't go first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No. According to what you just said, sweetie, Anita, you just said it. No. We're not speaking of authority, right? We're speaking of the order, right? And if you're going by order, right? If you're going by order, that that man's mother is now your mother. Your mother is still ahead of you. That's why back in the days, you never heard the word daughter-in-law or son-in-law too much. They would go,
Right.
that's my daughter.
Yeah.
That's my son. Unless somebody's like said something, you had to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even in other countries, they call each other, yes, ma, yes, baba, right? They were
Mm-hmm.
still called, right? So according to the order, you are still the child.
Mm-hmm.
That does not change.
You know
But
something else, sure?
you know what? It doesn't matter. Let the mama in, because see, at the end of the day, you don't know how much time the parents got left on this earth. You're gonna have your husband for a long time, and then you gonna want the same treatment as you get older, right? I'm not talking about when parents take advantage or abuse. That's another whole story, but that can go either way. But wives gotta say, you know what? I'm gonna be that. I'm a mother too. My child's gonna grow up, right? That that's gonna be his mother forever, right? If you stay married, good luck. But if you don't, you can always be replaced. Anybody, you can't replace your mother or father, and you don't know how much longer they're gonna have. It ain't gonna hurt you to give the man mother or the female mother the seat, right? She ain't in there all day, every day, right? It's
Right.
only here and there. Like people act like every little thing. Not you, Anita. I'm just saying in general. People like to make a problem, right? You're gonna be old. His mama gonna be long gone. It's gonna be just y'all two. You're gonna have the front of the seat for the rest of y'all lives.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because once you leave home, you are no longer under the authority of your parents.
But that's
No, I'm not speaking of authority. I'm speaking of the order, and the order does not change. And no, and authority, the order doesn't change. Where does in the Bible that it says the order changes?
Mhm.
It says the man clings to the woman, they become one. You but now belongs to the man. Yeah, I hear all of that. But I didn't see where it says the order changes.
Hey, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing too, you know what I mean? If I could revolutionize the family, the black family structure, what I would do is if I got married, look, if I get married to Tammy, I look like I get married to Tammy's whole family that's alive.
Uh-huh.
Right? That's my family now on my side.
Exactly.
So if the grandma, you know what I mean, if my mom, no, her mom, I should say, if her mom got a husband, or if she doesn't have a husband, just say her husband died, she come live with us. I'm not about to leave her in that house by herself with all them bills and everything
That's
in
how it
sorrow.
should be done.
She should come and we should have a room for her, and that's gonna be the best babysitter for the family anyway, and she gonna live longer. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then we gonna get old too. We gonna want them damn children out. You know how many parents, because the man was so militant about my order. A lot of them kids turned around. I'll never go to college and never came back home.
Yeah. Because one of the reasons why, because them dads was like saying, and the moms was doing it too, but them dads was really saying it too. This is my house. This is my house. This is mine. And them kids looking at it like, yo, man, I'll be washing dishes and cleaning up. This is my house
Can't
too.
wait to get out of here.
I can't wait.
Right. And the next thing you know, your child live in a whole nother state. Because
Yeah.
And then you stuck with that man. Now he getting all old and stuff. And then he figure shit, yeah, all right. A lot of times
to the
kids
nurse.
don't even know what their parent, because they forgot that we getting older, right? They forgot because they live in their lives. They don't know, like certain ages, they start hurting, diabetes, kicking shit, whatever kicks in. And a lot of times they don't even know, because if you would have treated them with the love, they're gonna give it right back to you. See, that's how it's supposed to be. One take care of the other. In the beginning, that was what is first shall be last, was last shall be first. Right?
Mhm.
Your kid is the one that's going to be authorizing every same way we used to authorize everything for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kids is now going to authorize everything for you, because they said twice a child, once an adult.
Mm-hmm. And another thing too,
we
when you
got
kids,
to be careful what we put out there and make things more than what it is.
I personally, I could be in a polygamous relationship, but the guy gotta have money. The guy gotta be able to support both of the women and have all the money to get. It can't be me supporting the guy.
Okay, hey Dennis, I gotta ask you a question. Okay, I ask you a question about that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so check this out. If you're in a polygamy relationship. So what if the guy is saying like, look, what is it that you really want to do with your life, right? And you told him, okay, because I know you do music, right? You said, I want to be able to do some music. What if he invests his money into your music career in order for you to be self-sufficient on your own to do the things that you really, really want to love to do? Would that happen? Instead of taking care of you personally, because you know how to take care of yourself personally, right? You know about hygiene, you know how to drive, you know how to pay bills. You've done that already. But what about the things you haven't done yet that you really want to do? And he propelled you in that direction and protected you on that journey and provided for you on that journey.
Well, that would be just like any other investor. Marriage is business.
Okay. So in polygamy is like the man is always going to fall short in taking
Well,
care
no,
of
no,
another
no,
woman.
no, no. I don't think so. Marriage is business. Like if you go into business and you have multiple businesses, then you take care of those businesses accordingly. So if I have a car wash over here and I have a restaurant over there, and I invest my money into the car wash, I invest my money into the restaurant.
So
Two different things, but they're two
I'm
different.
not I'm not getting old waiting on my damn turn. Okay. When I'm sick and me and her sick, the business is done. Like who you taking to the hospital, god damn it? I'm
Both of
not
y'all,
getting old,
both of
you
y'all.
know.
Men don't be taking care of nothing anyway. What
Exactly. Okay.
we be the one
But
that
look
take
at
care
the
of that.
generations of how their kids are turning out versus how things. That's because, right? That's why I said we treat each other with respect. You're absolutely correct there, right? But again, we going by what you said. If we was for to do things in order, then kids well now, like back in our days, right, when our parents was working or whatever, right? We was the one always under grandma. Most of us was under grandma, right?
Yep, yep,
Or
yep.
so a lot. So we made
You couldn't
sure
wait to
we
get to
took
grandma's house. You
right,
couldn't wait to get to grandma.
right, and we the ones. Marriage is for love, not that is true. That is true.
Marriage is business. It's a
But
business.
No,
but
no,
but
it's
Genesis,
technically
Sign a
it's
piece of paper.
Genesis, check this
it's
out though.
it's
A marriage certificate. You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
it's whatever you want it to be, right?
But
It
you
could
can't
be
have sex with the business,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
But sex is for procreation.
right? But so in a so if you was
but
in a polygamy
what
relationship,
about when you can't have kids no more? Why you having sex?
Well, you guys have raised the children, and you guys have made an agreement. You guys signed a
No,
contract.
you said no, that's not you said procreation. So what about okay?
Sex
I'm in
is procreation.
okay, so we not so if I'm in menopause, I'm not supposed to have sex no more ever.
I didn't say that.
You said sex is for
Yeah,
procreation.
that's what the original thing of sex. God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." He didn't say, "Go on, get your freak on, get your freak on,
So,
get your
but
freak
sex
on."
is sex, and you
take
can procreate when you're having sex, but it's but my thing is that's not the issue.
okay,
My
let me
thing
ask.
is
Okay, let me ask Genesis this.
my thing is
I gotta ask Genesis this.
marriage can be whatever you want
But I'm
it
saying,
to
according
be.
to like
So
today in 2024, marriage is business.
So
no,
Genesis,
not for
Genesis.
everybody. It's
So,
whatever
honey, we
you
are in the
want it to
United
be.
States of America, and marriage is a business. That's why you have to have a divorce. You got to go to an attorney. You got to split up your assets. That's business. That's
That's
not.
when it
That's
fails. You don't need
that's
that
what
when you get ready to get married.
exactly. It's
You don't do
whatever.
that when you get married. Before you get married.
Exactly. Is marriage is whatever you is your marriage, right? So nobody can tell you what your marriage is for. Like you may figure I'm getting married is for
What did
business.
the preacher say? In sickness and health, through death do us part. That's a contract. So, what do you use contracts for? Business.
If a
Marriage is a
man
business.
is working to provide for his
Yeah,
family
it's
and he
all
get
that.
home from
It's
work,
gonna be
he
nah.
only has and what's the ENN? Enough energy and time for one woman. Let me tell you something. Again,
Polygamy is like that.
marriage is whatever you make it. Right? It's something that two people decide. Right? Even if this is a business, we decided for it to be just our business. We don't want to extend the business to others. So even if it is a business, it could be just our business. We don't want nobody else in our business. So
But sure, but
mhm.
sure, check this out about Genesis. So Genesis is like so when she said making it about business, that's gonna work in a polygamy. Because when you really listen, if a woman really loves that man, she ain't gonna want to share that dude. It ain't gonna happen. So
First
it's
of
easy to
all,
polygamy. It's easy to polygamy if you know, like, okay, this is a business arrangement. I show up at 5 o'clock and I have sex with you until 6 o'clock, and then tomorrow you come in, the other girl come in and do that. So yeah, that's a business type of situation.
when you get old,
Yeah, that's why the businesses don't think, and they have to get
when
divorced.
business go out of
That's
the
the
window,
dissolvation of the
when
business.
people start getting old, all that go out the window. People don't realize that, and you can't argue against it because you ain't been that age yet, right? But when you start getting old, it ain't about the business no more. because
Yeah,
when you
I see that.
I've seen people, especially all these billionaires, when you can wear a man, it don't look good on you no more. Because you old for it now. Now you just can wear, all you want is the people whom you love
Yeah.
around
And,
you.
and when you die, there's an estate, it's probate, it goes to the court, all your stuff gets divvied up and amongst the
But he
family.
No,
get
but
it.
you know what happened though,
Business.
Genesis?
That's a business.
Hold on, Genesis. You know what happened?
You're dead. That's what happened. I'm talking about the person themselves.
Whatever you as a family have put together, when that generation dies off, they supposedly would pass things down to the next generation for them to keep.
A
Right?
lot of them blow
That's
it,
why it
right?
has
But
the probate. If you own a house, it gets split up between the kids. The children own the assets first. You have a next of
listen,
kin. All that stuff has been. We are in
but
America. America is a corporation, and we are running business here. This is commerce.
listen. Again, people, like I said, people could do what they want to do, right? I do know that even it's not a business. It's if you leave something for them, you leave something for them. Some people do not, if you choose to. But I'm saying, as the individual, you done all you can do, but then you realize, hey, you know what? I ain't got nobody here who love me, right? Because I kept it as just a business, right? And a lot of your kids, anyway, right, for you to kick the bucket anyway, because they already have theirs on your shit anyway. But I'm just saying, these are just something to think about as you get old. Yeah, you want to prepare your kids and leave them something, but you as an individual, at least you can say, you know what, I took care of them and I took care of me, right?
I think you're misunderstanding me. Just because I'm saying it as a business, don't mean you can't love your business. I mean, hell, I
No.
love what I do. If I have a business, I love what I do. I love doing whatever it is, whether it's fixing houses or whatever it is. So it doesn't mean that you might not love that person or grow to love them. In other countries, they give arranged marriages. There's a dowry. The family gets paid a certain amount of money to be able to be married to that young lady or whatever, and whatever. And that's a business transaction. Okay, I want your daughter. Here's $10,000 that I got to pay for the family. Da 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 da. And,
Okay, so what?
and they
So what
love
happened with
each other
this? Then?
before they got married. So that woman had to learn how to love that guy.
But check
No,
this
she
out,
didn't
Genesis.
have
What
to
happens
learn
with?
them. She learned how to tolerate that guy, but you can't learn how to love nobody.
Hey,
You can.
Genesis.
You can learn over time to love someone.
No,
Yeah.
you cannot learn. You love them
You
or
can't
you don't.
learn to love somebody.
No,
That's not. Come on now. What?
I know you cannot.
Okay. All right. I'll let you. Have that.
How
I
do you
think
learn to love somebody? Explain that.
because over time you get to know that person. You get to appreciate the things about them over time that you get to know about them.
But you didn't learn it.
Everything. Yeah, you
But
do.
you
You
didn't-
do. What is learning? What is learning? What is the definition of learning something?
But love is different though, Genesis.
Right. You don't.
Because if you go, well, let me say this story real quick. Like the thing is with the arranged marriages and all that type of stuff is the fact that they going into it. You starting off as a business, so it's pretty much going to stay a business for a while. You know what I mean? And then what's probably going to happen is that when they get older, they're going to put that person in a home because it's business. They're not going to want to
How
have that
many
person.
Asian people? How many Asian and Indian people do you see in home?
A lot of them probably is in a home.
I don't think so.
A lot of them, I don't know. I don't know.
Culturally, that's not how it works. Their families are intact culturally. Then
we have to look at what's the culture. Are we looking at black culture? Are we looking at Indian culture? What culture are we looking at?
Even African culture. I don't think that they put their families at home. But we're in America, and so we have a completely different culture, and it's still very much business.
They don't put their people in a home, probably because they not looking at it as a business situation. They looking at it as probably a love situation.
No, it's a cultural situation. It's because culturally they understand, they have respect for their elders, and this is a cultural thing.
Okay, so in the United
We
States,
didn't put our black people didn't put their parents in homes neither. But again, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. What you do with your life is what you, because as we're speaking here, we're speaking of options, right? We're all speaking of different options. So pick the option that works.
Polygamy is slavery for the man. that man is gonna be a slave. So I can understand why it's good for the woman. If I'm a polygamist and I got 3 wives, I got 3, 4 wives, I gotta go and dedicate my life to taking care of grown ass women. Right? That's what I gotta do. I spend my whole life working every single day, doing whatever I need to go ahead and do to take care of women who I know how to take care of themselves.
And
I'm getting played up.
well, hold up. Yeah, well, he chose now. Don't blame that on him. He wanted polygamy. Hold up.
So
Hold up.
this is what it is. This what it, that's why I
people have
say
a business.
That's what that man wanted to do.
But this
It's a man
person
makes
says
his choices.
business is about possessions, relationships are about emotions and people. Okay, people have business relationships.
They do.
So
They do.
so the bottom
They
thing is
do.
all this stuff is really it's really it really works together. You know, just because I say it's business does not mean that there's no love there for that. It's just that structurally, technically, it's a business. Structurally, it's a business. And when people understand that this is a business, I think that I think only in Islam, I think you can walk around the table and say divorce, divorce, divorce 3 times, but it's still like
God damn it.
don't they walk around the table and say divorce, divorce if they want to get divorced?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
I thought that in Islam, divorcing is that simple like that. They just say it 3 times or something like that. But in America, you got to go through a whole paperwork process. You know, when you get some people had to do blood tests to make sure they weren't
That was
having
back in the days,
with
yeah.
sisters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
they should have kept that. But the thing is, like I said, there's no when it comes down to people life, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. You know, some people I'm just not a sharing person, right? I'm not a sharer because if we was gonna do the polygamy, then the girl, you're gonna be taking care of me. Yes, I want my food. You're gonna be taking care of both of us. Shit.
That man,
right?
that man is a slave.
But-
That man's gonna be a slave.
But again,
It's a
that's
matter
a
of time.
choice. That's a choice that everybody makes a choice, right? Because you got some people who didn't have it as a business plan, and then guess what? It became a business, right? So it may not have started out as a business, but it became a business, right? Putting the money together, you know, getting a house and stuff like that. But everybody wants to be spoiled. Who do the spoiling? Baby, if it's one-on-one, both do the spoiling. It's just that me personally, I'm not. If I'm gonna give you, you cannot give me 110. If I give you 110%, you cannot give it back to me. If I have to wait my turn, or when you're around me. But what about when I need you? Right. So,
I mean, a guy is definitely making it out like a fat rat. If he got like 2 chicks constantly catering to him at all times, I mean, come on, that's who that's like.
right.
That's,
I mean,
No, see, that dude.
but it can also
to
be
me,
2 chicks getting on his goddamn nerves all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually.
I
It's gonna happen.
believe I believe when our bodies and stuff start to change, I believe as we start getting older or whatever, like your mind starts thinking much differently at different stages of your life. You know, things happen, you know, you start losing people, you know, you start getting sick or whatever, and you need that person closer to you. Like that's the time when you need somebody. That's that time when you need that man, right? And a lot of time you might as well be single because you're gonna be going through a lot of things alone. So no, I mean, when I think of I think of the whole circle of it, right? So right then and there, everything sound good. Everything sound good. And then I'd be daggone if now we all old and that man's sick and all of us still taking care of him. And then once that one man leave, who takes care of us?
Nobody that you really care about.
5 women gave themselves to one man. If that man leaves, that's 5 single women.
Yeah.
Because everybody take care of each other.
No, because why? No, they're not. Why should they? They got to move. They can move on with their life. They're not. Y'all not married. Us 5 women ain't married, but it's still 5 single women.
Right.
Why he had 5?
But it's either he gonna do. But okay, so what happened to the single woman if they're not married? So say if he have say if he have 3 different women, baby mamas. So that now
Okay.
they're single anyway. Like they're gonna be single
No,
anyway.
because no, they're not, because they have a choice if they're not together to meet a new man.
Yeah, they can get
married.
married to somebody.
They can get married again. They're not stuck with him. A lot of people get remarried.
So Jenny, let me ask Jenny. So what in polygamy, when you really look at it, is that nobody is getting a full man. You getting the pieces of a man. After this one girl gets some of him, he ain't all himself no more, dude. So he's getting depleted, right? He gets with another person because he gotta. But what he has to be a servant to the woman, dude. He gotta provide financially, soulfully, spiritually, sexually, mentally, all that shit, dude. He gotta do all that, dude, for each individual person. Dude. He really ain't gonna have no time for himself. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, when he stops, I think he's gonna start doing it right with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And eventually he's gonna slow down, and then one girl gonna be like, "Oh, you're not giving me no love, no affection. Oh, you're not."
I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Preppy sisters, are you of age? How old are you, Preppy sisters? Are you a kid?
Don't worry about it. Time out. Rather be safe than sorry.
What is that? What is that? A picture of a turkey?
I don't know. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So just time them out. Do not block them. Just time them out.
Yeah, just time them out. I'm sorry, y'all. Our set got little friends up in here that come up in here because she's in my short dancing and stuff, and then they start clicking on the live, and next thing you know, you got kids like yay.
So Genesis, let me say this to you. Do you know when you go into a polygamy, you are supposed to be a baby making machine? You're supposed to be having that's one of the main things. Polygamy is really about the children, bringing children in the world, reproduction. This is the reason. So the women aren't supposed to be just somebody you're supposed to have sex with. You're supposed to have sex with them that many times in order for them to create babies. So when that girl is pregnant, you jump into that another girl. You're trying to get her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to time. So you have to be. So once you have that one baby,
what polygamy was for, honey. Because I think that polygamy was for like because of war, people would be losing their husbands, and that woman would end up being a single mother to be able to help raise the children. The father would take on that extra wife. You know what I'm saying?
Because the wife. Well, back then when it was originally done, is because back then if a woman was they wanted they wanted to make her an honest woman. Right, so to make her an honest woman, if he went out to go to war or something, that's what polygamy originally was for. But again,
she was still getting pregnant though.
The only reason why I believe
that is true.
Polygamy needs to. Well, we probably need to think about it because women are hypergamous.
You need to think about it.
Well, I'm okay. I mean, I'm not thinking about none of this. I don't even have polygamy or monogamy. I'm pretty much I'm good. I'm straight. You know what I'm
saying? Because you have to remember.
Let me finish what I was gonna say though. Mm-hmm. There's more men than women. Okay, women are hypergamous. I'm sorry. There's more women than men. Women are hypergamous. So that means that based on the types of the men that are out here, they're all going to be after the same kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a certain amount of men end up with a certain amount of like.
But everybody's not taken. I hear that argument all the time. But everybody's not taken. But I'm saying
well, women are going to be focused on. They're not going to want. They're all going to want the same guy.
We're not because everybody's not taken. Everybody's not taken. I hear people do say that. But it's a lot of saying, well, how about everybody's not taken to say that? Well, you know what? All the men are taken. So women, y'all better go. No, in reality,
all the men are taken. All the good men are taken.
We don't know, right?
No, we don't know that either.
When people use that analogy,
I say travel to different countries then or something.
When you use that analogy, then you will now you will have to prove to me everybody is taken. So if everybody is taken and every man is taken, so now these women have no choice. But every man is not taken.
They might not be taken, but they're definitely they have most. Oh, so you say there's men just out here alone by themselves?
I'm saying there are single men out here. There are single men out here.
No, I'm not
it's-
saying
it's-
single because single could still be having sex. You could be single and be fucking a whole bunch of women.
I'm talking
So
about
just
not
being
not
single,
that. I'm talking about plain old regular old single old men. It's
I don't believe
plenty.
there's ever a single man that's not fucking somebody. I'm
First
sorry.
of all, hold on.
I'm a single man and not having sex with nobody.
What?
First, I know plenty of men that's not. I know plenty, but we have to remember
What?
we do.
I'm gonna tell you why.
do-
Can I tell
Mhm.
Genesis why? Can I tell her why?
Go ahead, my
Okay.
brother.
Let me tell you why. Because I think at some point when you get to a certain level of maturity, like you find out what your purpose is and you going after that. And your purpose and your connection to God, and I have a son, right? So fatherhood, my purpose, the arts and everything like that, it becomes more important than being in a relationship
Right.
with a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like I learned it. I learned it really like from my granny, right? So in the church, the women used to be like, I don't need no man, I got Jesus. You know what I mean? So and then they'll be doing what they supposed to be doing. So whatever their job is, whatever they like doing, they'll get their power and their energy
I
from
wonder if
Jesus.
Jesus got AA batteries or AAA batteries.
So that's what I'm saying. When you get to so the thing, let me tell you, Janice, I'm gonna let you know. When you get to a certain, like with me, right? I started having sex when I was like 11, 12 years old.
Oh my God.
Right? Yeah, I started young. Yup. I started off with oral sex on a female, like just messing with her like that. Yeah, that's how I started. It's a whole story behind that.
Oh wait, but hold on. Is this like a going into like some kind of like was she of age over or older?
No, we the same age. We same age.
Oh, okay. What?
So okay, I'm gonna tell you real quick what happened.
This you being fast out here.
Oh no, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you what happened. What happened real quick is that my stepfather used to get a whole bunch of weed, right? So I used to steal his weed and sell them in middle school for $1. I used to roll up joints, the tops. So I used to try to do that, right? Try to make me some extra money, right? Because it was a demand at school. People was talking about it. So I remember one day I went up and I couldn't find the weed can, and I found the XXX VHS tapes. So I took them to my room and I started watching the pornos. So when I'm watching the pornos and I'm looking at it, I didn't really like the dudes having sex with the female because they was always screaming and yelling and shit. I thought they was killing them. So I didn't like that shit. Like, I was like, damn, that is fucked up. He terrorizing this chick. I just remember. So when it came down to the oral with the female, I seen her more like, oh my God, she was enjoying it. She was moaning. I was like, okay, I like that right there. So then I kept watching it. And then I had a homegirl I was cool with, and she let me practice on her.
Okay.
That's all that was.
As long as you was the same age and not like, well, that's still kind of young, and that's 11 years old. Wow.
Yeah. I think I was in 6th grade. I was
still playing baby dolls. Now we did do the hunching and stuff at 11, but like the hide and go hunch on somebody, but that's crazy. That's wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it get to the thing first of all.
Okay, so what I want to tell her is this. Hold on, this is what I want to tell her. What I'm telling her is when you start off like messing around, 11 years old, and then you get 20 years later, right? Sex ain't that important like that no more. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't like, see, a lot of dudes who value the sex is because they wasn't getting them girls back then. So they need money to get girls. See, back then, I had friends that I was cool with and done stuff with. They just liked me because of me. Now these dudes got to have money. They got to take care of a whole woman that can take care of herself just to get sex, just to get access to her. So to me, it's like, it's not like a major thing anymore to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you've been doing something over and
How old
over
are you,
again,
MD Rebel? How old are you?
I'm 41.
41. Okay. Maybe that kicks in at 41. I don't know.
Maybe who?
Maybe it kicks in at 41, like the slow down.
What kicks in?
It's the slowing down of the male.
No, it's a choice. So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of times when we have a purpose, when you was younger, when I was younger, when Shug was younger, we had something we really, really wanted to do. We had a purpose. We had a gift and we weren't able really to get it because we was involved in so many other different things, helping this person do this, helping that person do that. So we didn't get to our purpose. When you get older, years go by, sometimes people get that back. They be like, you know what? I really like to be, I was doing a lot of writing. Now I'm in a space of my time in my life where I'm getting back to myself. And now I want to be more of a writer. I'm into my purpose. And then a girl will come up and be like, hey, you want to hang out? You want to go ahead and mess around, whatever, and get drunk or whatever? And then you'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm doing my writing. You know what I mean? I'm good. I'm a father now. You know what I mean? I'm taking care of my son. So a lot of that stuff ain't as important to people once they start maturing more and get wrapped up in their purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying with that.
Okay.
It ain't that important no more. It's only important to the dudes who need sex like that are the deviants. They not creating no children. So they just have recreational access to the woman's vagina, and that's how they just taking it for the pleasure. And then they not doing nothing else with it. They ain't creating no children.
Well, no, they seem to be creating a lot of children. I mean, there's still people out here that's having a lot of kids out here, even though
They having kids. They having kids, but they not taking care of the woman and the kids like in a polygamy relationship.
right.
So I believe that, I heard stuff where they say like, oh, the black male is naturally polygamous. No, he just likes having sex with multiple females. Being polygamous is taking care of households. It's
You
taking
know
care
what?
of the
I
children.
would say this is that I did see Kevin Wesley he have a structure to his polygamy, but then there's like the TKO Capone's that it's more like a pimp kind of situation looking thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's some other people that are like that, and it does kind of come off pimpish. So I'm not gonna lie, how we're doing it, I don't know. But then there's other cultures that do it, and they have it. There's a structure to it, and it makes sense in that culture.
Yeah.
And my thing, I don't really knock anyone's culture, and how they do it. I don't know what I would do unless it comes across my desk. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Right.
but I think for I'm just like throwing these hypothetical situations out there.
Right. I think.
It's
But check this out though, Genesis. Genesis, check this
uh-huh.
out. So check this out. When we was in school, right, and by you being a young girl in school, middle school, high school, like especially in the Midwest, right, we had girlfriends that knew each other in high school.
Yeah.
Two girls liked us, and we was going with both girls. Or one girl went to another school, but they knew about each other. If that's polygamy right there, though, I'm in high school. I've done that already.
Like
they didn't have their own job. They had paper routes and was working.
I think that polygamy is going to be the norm pretty soon, and they're going to probably end up having to change those laws because the way I'm seeing it right now, it's either polygamy or what's the thing polyandry with the women, because the women are seeming to be on some you're my side dude, and the new younger girls out here they not faithful either, and it's being real obvious that women just like this new breed of women out here, they ain't gonna get that much faithfulness out of them. They gonna have more than one partner, and you see that in the STD rates. The Houston has a very high syphilis
Right.
HIV rate, and it's almost like at an epidemic proportion. So I whatever it is, I just say because we're hitting the 3-hour mark, and I do want to get some final words in because we don't want to keep people too long. And
Right.
But I thank you so much. Let's get some last words. Sugar Love, you got any last words to say?
What's Sugar Love?
Sugar Love, she be stepping away, honey. She steps away.
Okay.
She don't even say nothing.
I'll say because
I'm stepping away too. I'll be stepping away too.
I'm gonna get to my son, so I'm gonna say my last words. I'm gonna get to my son. So
okay.
I'm in it saying something about polygamy. Polygamy is really, really new to black people because polygamy has been going on for centuries. You know what I'm saying? So black people caught up, they behind, they late. You know what I'm saying, like that. So it's something that's fascinating to them. But a lot of us was doing that in high school. A lot of us had multiple girlfriends. They had jobs. A lot of us was having threesomes. A lot of us was having people in the house, all that type of stuff. So I mean, that's been going on. As far as like the welfare system and the black woman and things like that, I feel like when we're looking at revolutionizing things, I feel like more black males should be empowering a woman to be the most powerful that they possibly can be. They shouldn't be diminishing their power. They should be able to teach them as much as they can and give them freedom, give them independence and ability to love freely. If the black male is going to infiltrate the system or to tear down the system or recreate a system or change it or whatever it may be, he is going to need a strong, empowered black woman to do it, and she's able to do it. She's been doing it since slavery. That white man had that black woman out there picking cotton just like everybody else. He had her moving stuff just like everybody else. She grew up strong. This submissive, soft shit, that's for the white people. The white man was making his woman like that. Because my granny used to say the reason why white women had flat booties because they used to sit on their ass all day. So that's what my granny used to say. You feel me? So that's what she told me when I was little. So the white woman been all that soft and submissive. Don't touch this, don't break my nails, all that type of shit. Black women always been strong like that. And this is the reason why the black family has been able to maneuver through so much crazy weird shit throughout the history, going against white men, going against our own black man, going against the world. So there is no way that I feel like the black man should make that woman go back in time and be the same way she was on that goddamn plantation side of that white man's house. So she should have freedom. She should have independence. She should have to be able to be up free. Because if you look at these relationships, these dudes are taking them back to the plantation days. They got them in that house cooking and cleaning. That white woman shouldn't be doing. That black woman shouldn't be doing nothing that white woman was telling her to do back in the day. She shouldn't do none of that. She should be able to go after whatever God put in her soul and be able to go out there and achieve that into the world and be as powerful as she possibly can. Is the only way she ever gonna help that black male. He can't do it by himself. You see him struggling right now. He don't want to get in the ring with that white man. But I bet you that black woman will. That black woman been in the ring. She been smacking that white man, them police officers going to jail and all that type of shit. She been doing that. You know what I'm saying? She been defending the black man going to jail, taking his drugs. All them black women up in prison right now, taking charges and shit for dudes. All the black women who got dudes in prison right now, barely making it, sending them money, going on that bus, going over to see them with the kids and all that. So she been on some powerful shit. So how dare that black male be thinking he gonna about to turn her into a submissive slave again? That's some bullshit. So the thing is, empower the feminine, empower the women so they can be as strong as they possibly can. Put that crown on their head and don't be afraid of the crown, because if she's strong, she's trying to be strong for the family, and whatever she gets, she gonna get that black male a part of it.
Tell it.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just he just gotta understand that, look, the black woman ain't your enemy, and she's showing you through history she ain't your enemy. But she just ain't the one for you to be dogging, mistreating, cheating on, breaking agreements, smacking on, beating on, abandoning the kids. At some point, you're gonna have to draw the line of that shit. So it's like, look, we on the same team. We've been through this forever. Let's unite, be powerful, and take over the motherfucking world the way we once did it in the ancestry days.
Tell it.
That's what I gotta say.
Tell it. I even got my round of applause. You deserve a round of applause for that one. Woman, you are not here to be used, abused, or anything. Right? And anytime you have to think about something, even if it is polygamy, you have to think about it, then that's not your thought. Right? That's not your initial thought. If you have to think about it and you have to weigh into it, then that's not where you want to be anyway. That's not what you wanted to do anyway, right? Because now you have to, well, it's because of this, or because, even if it's being single, right? It goes either way. If you have to think about it, well, if I do be single, well, because of, like, at the end of the day, when you start, like I said, when you start getting up there in age, your mind changes. It changes. It changes. And everybody long for that one. Not for that we. They long for that one, right? There's no way when we was growing up, even if you come from polygamy home or whatever, your initial thought when you was growing up was to find that one. You never said, I cannot wait to have a sister wife. When you was having that first thought and daydreaming, I can't wait to share this man. Ooh, right? Even when you was a young kid and somebody was looking at that, even though you young and you wasn't thinking about boy, but you thought he was cute, you was mad at the next girl who thought he was cute. It was like, you know what? He could be cute for the both of us. Come on, let's both of us have him. That thought never crossed our mind, ever. Black love is beautiful. He dropped the mic. Yeah, he dropped the clang with that. Yes, he did. But I wish more men thought like that. But again, it's sad that the black man who does that, not every black man, you sold your women out for profit, right? Because they make good money talking the same the same exact. You're not gonna never win. I don't know why women keep going on these channels. And again, it must be profit for them too, right? They sold us out to be having these fake conversations amongst each other, because there's no way you know that man talking points and he know your talking points, and is keep going, wash, spin, repeat, wash, spin, repeat. But that's where the money is at, right? Like I said, proof is in the pudding. Watch them family shows. They're on YouTube. Watch them. Look at the views. It'll show you family, and I didn't say polygamy, regular family members, and you got people doing stuff with their old. They even got grandma in these daggone videos, making it even more cute. They had that one lady, it broke my heart when she passed away. Because what was her name? Goodness gracious. And her mouth was terrible. What was her name? Her mouth was terrible, Fly. I forgot her name, but she was one of them old ladies. And even when she was going through the cancer and stuff, she still was talking smack, right? Well, whatever her name was, when you got grandkids, even bringing grandma in on the and grandpa and uncle, see, that's when you bringing your family in on the skits and stuff like that. That's where the money at. The money ain't really into talking about each other, but that's their job. It's destroying us to the teeth, right? But I that's why I like to do shows, and people like, even though I talk about men, but everybody know I support men. Go over there. That's my brother. I support men more than women on this channel. I've been sending, go to that channel, support that brother, do this to that brother, right? And I think that we have to uplift men like REVO, right? We have to really uplift him, because when a man is like, see, he knows the trick. Not saying he knows, once you say what's right, baby, women gonna be behind you. We're gonna support the man. He knows the trick. He know ain't nothing like a black woman support. And he knew that even without asking for it, he has it. Because he came with respect. So he know he got the black woman support.
And I need some support. I need to get my car fixed, my oil change and stuff like that. I need these men.
Hey, can I say one more? Can I say one more thing? Because I know I gotta go there.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say one thing too. A lot of times, man, what black men gotta understand is that sometimes you don't need a wife, you just need a sister. What's wrong with having a sister, man? What's wrong with having a sister come over, or you know what I mean, come over and wash the dishes and help you out and everything, man? You don't need no wife. The wife is only to have sex with, right? So sometimes, man, a black male need to have women around him that can just be his sister, man.
A lot of male friends. You're absolutely correct.
Just be the sister, because you know what, the sister is gonna be down, and the girl that's your friend, she's gonna be down more than the woman a lot of the times that you having sex with.
Holla, yes.
Because when you break up with the woman, your sister gonna be right there, your best friend. She the one who's gonna talk to you about it. She the one who's gonna be your therapist. You know what I'm saying? To get you through it and tell you like, okay, then maybe next time you need to do it this way. She gonna coach you and get you right back. And
you got that,
like
right.
And you ain't gotta have sex with her.
Every man I done had, not every man. Sorry, my bad. Every male friend I have had. The only why I say have had, because they're no longer on this earth anymore, right? Okay. But the ones that still not, I didn't mean the ones that I still, they women love me. They women love me. I have never had a male friend. Number one, I know my place, I know my role, right? Oh man, I love grandma, but they knew that after man left me, they was gonna come home with a different perspective. And a lot of them too. If I can't meet your girl, if you got a girl, I can't meet your girl, even if I don't care how long we've been friends, I gotta meet your girl. I gotta bond with her too. Right? That's always up front. Right? We gotta meet. If you love her, I should love her too. Matter of fact, we all three gonna be besties. Right? But women don't understand that. people like men and women can't be friends. Oh, yes, they could.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, they could. That people think that because you're a man, you have to be sexually attracted to everybody. Like every woman you sexually. No, you're not. Right?
Mhm.
No, you're not. And you could be friends. Because if you knew that person before your significant other, if they wanted that person and if they were sexually attracted to that person, they would have had them already.
Mhm.
Right? Some and vice versa. And vice versa. But we're going to round it off saying that welfare system was out way before the black person was able to, black woman was able to receive it. It was out 30 years prior. 30 years prior. If the black man did not read the manual, that's not my fault.
Right. Right.
That is not the black woman's fault. That you had 30 years to read that you cannot be in the house with the woman. If the white man was not going to take care of the next white man, what make you think they was going to take care of you?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the rules was for the white man, not for the black man.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
say, listen, if your husband passed away, we got you, or you struggling, we got you. But we ain't taking care of the next man. So
Mm-hmm.
what make you black man again got mad because the white man did not want to take care of him
Mm-hmm.
and got mad at us.
Yeah. There we go.
Their rules was there already.
There you go.
They didn't invent it once we got on it. You know what? We're gonna add these rules in there because now the black one. No, the rules was already there.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't read the manual, that is not our fault. They did not create that to destroy the black household. It was not created. A lot of things was not created to destroy the black household because it was already in existence, right? And again, everything we benefit from, baby, you're gonna benefit too. Because even though if you left the house, as you claim, it broke up the house, as you say, then how did the next man get in there?
Mm.
How she get pregnant again from the next man and he eating off the food stamps? How did he get in the house?
Yep.
I ain't never seen no single woman, no single staying single forever because of welfare. She found the same way she found the way for the next man to get up in that bitch.
Yeah.
Could have been you, right?
Mhm.
Could have been you. How did next man? How did these men start living off of women? They started picking women who had babies just because he knew she had Section 8. She
Yeah.
knew she had food stamps, and she knew the rent was either going to be fully paid or partially paid, depending if because some women had Section 8. Section 8 doesn't pay all of every depending on how much they give you, how much your income is. So they started picking women who had this.
Mm-hmm.
So where was you in the picking? You never had to leave. You
Never.
left already. The next man in your food stamp spot.
Yep. Yep. You're right.
How did that take place? If they kicked you out, then what is he doing there?
Yep. You're right. What's he doing there? What is he doing?
Where the rest of these babies come from? Even in Claudine, that lady had like 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
How did these men keep coming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
And I think I was like the last generation. I believe I was the last generation when they used to come out to the house and check your household and see who was. I think I'm like the last generation for a lot of things. I think I'm like the last generation when they beat the kids in school, right? I think I'm the last generation. Well, for America's, in New York schools, I don't know about Southern schools and stuff, but I know I'll be like the last generation for that. No man and woman can be friends as long as no sex and no serial contact has been shared between the two. Wait, I don't get it. No man and woman can be friends as long as there's no. Oh, wait, I'm confused.
No, men and women can be friends as long as no sex or serial contact has been shared between the two.
Exactly. Like if I have a male friend, I ain't never. you ain't never was on me or nothing, cause like that anyway, right? We ain't gonna start.
I humped on my friends.
Hmm?
Genesis, you humped on your friends?
On my friends. I'm sorry. I hump all the friends.
You humped all the friends?
I hump all my friends.
Why? Tell me real quick.
I'm just joking. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I don't even have any friends except for Sugar Lil.
We your friends. We homies with you, man. What are you talking about? You can't say that.
No, I'm saying like that's around me to hump on.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
no.
joking. I'm being silly.
I know.
After a certain time, I start like becoming like a complete goofball. Like silliness starts to kick in. So
It's all good.
But you know what? This was a another great show. You know,
Yes, it was. Yes,
I
it
did a whole show on it, but that's when I showed the statistics and I did it to the T. I don't even remember when I did it, right? But you know, I'm not going to show it again. Y'all gonna have to look for that sucker, right? Y'all gonna have to find that. But I did it, and like people I hate when men they want to prove their point so bad. You going against what's right in your face, like this is what it says, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't change this is what it says. But ain't no listen, this is what it says. What year again? Even she looked at it. She showed the year. It was done. 1938, 1333, that 1230. Time we got it was the 60s. Shut up. Shut up. But you know what? I would say that we gotta, I don't know how, but we have to. That's why when I say we gotta separate, and people must misunderstand what I'm saying, I say that we have to decenter the men and women like what he's doing now, because we've never taken time to learn ourselves, right? From being kids, you under mommy and daddy authority. The next thing you know, you married, right? Now you got these men like who we the same age, if you get married at the same age or around the same age, we both seen the same thing. Like, what the F are you teaching me? Like, we both seen the same world. Like, we been like, what is you gonna tell me, right? And then you got that. So you never. When was you the alone time, right?
Yeah.
So then you ain't gotta worry about nobody leaving you, because I have spent plenty of time alone. I'm comfortable there. We've never took the time to be comfortable there. And even if we alone, we still always on the hunt or something, because we don't know how. A lot of people, we never had the time to do that, right? And we're in a new age where there is time to do that. So now you got that time to fix all of you, fix all of your mess. If you had trauma, if you had this, like we want to keep moving on, and we want to keep telling these people our trauma. At a certain age, you should not be telling. You should be telling people, this is how I overcame this. This is how I overcame that. This is how I got over that. Right? You guys start.
And listen, when you start being solitude, don't be on them roses too hard, because it'll mess up the nerve endings in your hoo-ha.
The roses. Well, you probably have to. I don't know. I mean,
let me tell you something.
I got some.
Some people is good regardless, right? Some people is good regardless, because you know what? If that's what got a lot of people where they at right now. That's
what the rose?
Not the rose.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the hoo-ha part, but
that,
not the rose part. That's mechanical.
Yeah,
right? But even if you need that, do whatever you could do, but take that time and find yourself
in moderation, y'all. They're not, or you know what I'm saying.
Take that time
in moderation
and find yourself. Love yourself. You know, go out to places like by yourself, and like, because that gives you a chance to really like look at something, to look at stuff and enjoy it, doing things at your own time, your own pace, learn your own rhythms, you know, learn your likes, don't likes, your tolerations, and just be happy, right? Relationships is not the end all to be all.
You know what,
Hey, and listen, if anybody got some food stamps, hit me up. I need to buy some food, get some food out here. So.
Hey,
I might have a plug for you out here.
7 for 10, 7 for 10. Hey.
Hey, so you know what though? What you said about that part is that
Mhm.
like a lot of, especially a lot of girls, if you really, really look at the childhood, when did they ever get a chance for themselves though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Past 10 years old, it's probably over.
Mhm.
Past 10 years old, you're doing everything for everybody else. You cleaning, you're doing what your mom needs you to do, you're doing what your dad,
Mhm.
your friends, and everything. All that, you're doing that all the way for damn near 40 years in a row, damn near.
Mhm.
That is crazy.
Mhm.
They never get back to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they don't
They
get to
never
themselves
even
with
knew
somebody.
theyself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember seeing that, I remember because when we started off as kids, like we really sometimes we didn't want to go outside. We just want to stay in our room. Like just to be able to just be around ourselves, and then we gotta do something. We gotta go out over here. We gotta go there and be like, Mom, I don't feel like going. She's like, come on, boy, come on, girl, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we was forced to do a lot of stuff, man. We wasn't really ready to do it. We never had that time to ourselves to just be ourselves. And then a lot of times we see why, dude. Like, you know what I mean? When you get older and everything like that, you just be like a lot of people when they get older, people be tripping like, oh, why are you single? They be like, man, I'm good with myself, dude. I just want to just be around myself, dude. I'm straight. I ain't got nobody telling me what to do. I can go where I want to go. It be like that sometimes, man. Yeah.
And it's not like somewhere down the line, like you're not, it's like it's never a time when you cannot meet somebody.
Mhm.
Well, at least you'll meet them, you in a whole different space. And you wouldn't know this person is not for me. Like you're not so, oh my gosh, I'm sexually agitated. You ain't gonna have that though. Like as soon as you start talking, you're gonna be like, all right, bye, right?
Yeah.
Like because you know yourself now, right? And I don't have to really hear you out because I've been by myself all this time. So bye, right? A lot of things you're not gonna let slide. It ain't gonna bother you. You ain't gonna argue. You ain't gonna do none of that. As soon as you hear it, see you.
Yeah.
Right.
I see that happen before.
So you go so fast, right? And then, or you meet somebody and you're like, oh wow, this person, like you practice, you will know. But get to the point where you will know. Right? You will know. You will know what questions to ask.
You will know.
That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
Hey, Genesis.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I think women with multiple men is gonna be a lot faster than men with multiple women.
You think it's about to be multiple men?
Yeah, I think they've been doing that for a while. I think the key to it is not see. I think a man will share a woman a lot faster than a woman will share a man.
Well, say my last stalker. I don't think so. No, I'm just joking.
No, who's your last stalker, Genesis?
No,
Come on with it. Yo, we gotta probably have to talk on the phone, man.
We gotta do a whole show about that. but that's a whole show about
that's a whole show about your last stalker.
Yep.
Damn.
But listen, let me tell you something.
What's up?
Nah, I ain't never told no man that's gonna be cool with that. Hell no.
Cool with what? Sharing a woman?
I wasn't. Listen, I had a boyfriend, and I had a roommate that was staying with us. He swore up and down that we were fucking. He would. When I got pregnant, he said that I was screwing him, and all time, and the baby was his. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Like, dude, come on now. And this was just a roommate.
Mm-hmm.
So
but I'm saying,
I'm
saying, you don't have to have sex. You don't have to. See, that's the thing. That's the thing is, you don't have to have sex with the multiple men. That's the thing, dude.
It don't matter because listen, you could be with one guy. He always gonna say the baby ain't his.
So then you see women. See, this is the thing. Women can find a partner a lot faster than a man can find a partner. Women can go to the store right now with sweatpants on and no makeup or no nothing and just say hi to a dude. What can I get your number? She even kind of cute. She can start working with that.
Mm-hmm.
A woman can just be sitting.
I think that
I try to tell them feminine women that I'm feminine. I'm like, please, I gotta be JJ like you. The store open and close just like yours, chick.
I heard that you're supposed to have one that give you money, one that you do it to, one that bring you the cook for you. You know what I'm saying? have multiple dudes on that level. Each guy is for a certain thing, but at some point, all of them gonna want to have sex with you at some point. So at
It
some
don't
point,
matter.
they're not gonna be doing all that for nothing. You know what I'm
It's so,
saying?
but guess what? But Jen, the thing is when the dudes start acting up. So the thing is, this is what I learned.
But
Like,
that's a young person's game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. He said that that's what he thinks that women are gonna do, and I'm saying that I heard that when I was younger. Have one for each different function in your life, but I never could. I could never juggle men. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm not a type of person that likes to sleep with a whole bunch of different guys. But even though you have certain women that's what they're that's their
you
whole
don't,
thing.
you don't even have to juggle.
Want.
Genesis, you don't even have to juggle.
Oh
You
no,
just
I
get
know.
a man.
I know a friend of mine who all her men know about each other. She tell this guy that she's got this other dude over there, and she'll let him know. Like, and they won't. They'll be like, okay, but they still be jealous. They don't be like cool with it.
But do they still give her what she wants and resources? They used to have a saying back in the day where one dude won't do, another will.
Basically, yeah. I guess so.
You know what I'm saying? And a woman can get that a lot faster than a female.
Let me tell y'all something.
What's up, shit?
I've always no, but me, I yeah, I should get it. But I'm the type of person I ain't want it. I was always not because if it not be have nothing to do with the man, but because of my type of mentality. I used to love to set a goal and go for it, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's when I said I didn't need a man, it had nothing to do with him or not needing a man, but it was like a reward system. Like, oh, I did it, right? To know
Yeah.
to do it, to have a goal. So in a sense, they probably took it as like she don't need us or whatever. They don't understand. But if sometimes people talk to you and they get to know you, like, and then even with the man, right? Even though people say I don't believe in a 50-50. Listen, people believe what they want. But for me, this just is me. And y'all cannot jump on me for how I feel. But I believe
No,
you
we ain't
have
jumping on you.
no, but I'm talking about people watch the replay also, right?
Okay.
So I just believe that if you have to me, I just think it's unfair. I'm like, no, we doing this together. I just think it's the man supposed to provide. I'm not disputing that, but I'm like, damn, like I always thought, let's do this together. Like I'm always a we type of person, right? If you want to do it, I'm gonna get out there and do it too. And that's not like to me, it's not like he's not providing, but I don't know. I just see things differently. Like, nah, a man is going to be okay with the women having another man and he know and be okay. But I mean, like a lot of people like don't get that, right? But I just think that it's just a beautiful thing when two people are working together, right? When they do stuff for each other. Not like I couldn't believe me. I could have a man taking care of me, but I'm like, to me, I just like, I mean, unless you beyond, even if a man was beyond rich, I'm gonna still find something to do. If he was
Right.
even a billionaire, I'm
This
gonna
is
still find some way to say, can I buy this or can I do that? I can't have nobody fully taking care of me because then it takes away from my goals. Like I'm
So
a
let me
person.
tell you how my family kind of messed me up a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
So when I was in high school, a boy bought me a bracelet, and my I think it was one of my aunts at the time said, "Well, you should give that back and don't accept a gift from the guys because they're always going to want something in return.
Okay.
Never
That's true.
accept
Okay.
gifts." So in my mind, I was a literal person. So I've ever since then I've never gotten a gift from a guy. Like literally, never gotten a gift or accepted anything from him. And then,
but hold up, you forgot the part don't want something for in return, so you gave him something with no return.
No, I didn't. No, I was in
What
high
happened
school.
here,
I was a virgin until I was 18. But so I never even had a boyfriend in high school. Like that boy liked me and he did that. I gave it back to him and I never talked to him again. But
no, you said you never got a gift again
from no guys. I never
so
got
how you but at that point when you started giving up the hoop part, you didn't ask for a gift.
No. I've always been independent. I've always been because let me tell you, I was telling you the second part
no
of the story.
surprises.
No, nope. I was the second part of the story is that when I was 14, again, I was told don't have any children before you turn before you get in your until you turn your 30s. Don't have any children until you're in your 30s. Don't get married. Don't have children until you're in your 30s. So my whole 20s, I focused on my career and not on any relationship. I didn't have. I probably had maybe I could count on my fingers relationships I had in my 20s, and it was slim to none because I was always traveling as a DJ. So I was 100% about focused on the music business and things like that.
That's the best.
And guys
ever.
thought that I was like a tomboy too. People
But
like
that's
looked
the
at me.
best advice ever. Cause look how many young kids have not. They tied down with a bait. You got a chance to live.
Yeah, but
Enjoy
now those young
life.
kids are in their 40s and now they're young and they don't have any kids. So now they're in their 40s and now they can they're empty nesters.
That's a lie.
I'm like in my 40s and I got a 6-year-old.
Them grandkids replaced them. That's bullshit.
Oh,
Here come the grandkids. You thought you was here. They come. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Put it down, sir. Put it down, sir.
But then the ones you don't mind, though. Then the ones you don't mind. But there ain't no more. You like, well, damn. At first you all sad and shit. Oh, boo-hoo. Here come the guy. Then here come the grandkids.
Part of the reason why when I did get with the guy that I was with for 3 years, that was kind of like a fucked up ass guy. I was very naive with the situation. You know what I'm saying? I was very naive. I wasn't really dating guys, you know what I'm saying, at all. I was so just focused on being in the club, DJing, making music, you know. So
Genesis, when the guy give you
there's a story also in Arisha about a lady named Yewa. And Yewa is a story about when you shelter somebody too much, when they finally run into somebody that knows way more than them, how they could be manipulated. So that's one thing I do want to say is that don't shelter your kids too much and have them too sheltered and ducked off, because then when they finally meet somebody that's that dude that really knows how to, you know, whatever, and they don't know what they're even running into, then that could be a disastrous situation.
I mean, that's a yes and a no, because even though you could be out there and let's say you don't shelter your kids, that doesn't mean you're gonna definitely come across the wrong person.
Well, if you don't shelter them, when they do come across that person, they already been told.
No, but even if you don't, that doesn't. So if they haven't experienced it, then they don't know. Even if you haven't sheltered them, right? That doesn't mean they came across the wrong person. Let's say you still come across the right person. You won't know till you come across the wrong person. Then it's like, and then no, it's like when you come across, even if you were sheltered, you're gonna still get the same treatment. Now, you mean like far as kicking game, right? Kick the game, but and it's sad. Even if you do kick these damn kids still don't listen. You can't win.
Right.
You got parents that drop the game and tell them everything. Here they go. Here they go. Because if you don't shelter them, then they want to prove you wrong. They want to prove you wrong. I'm right. You lying. I know what I'm doing. Okay. You can't win. You can't win with these fucking kids. I'm just sorry. I don't care which way you put it. You can't win.
We gonna end this show now. We
gonna end this show. Thank you, young man.
We can't win. We can't win.
We can't win. But anyway, before I kick us out of here, I think I said last night I was gonna go live. I went to sleep, but today I'm really gonna go live. Right? I went to sleep last night. But you can't win. But I like to thank you,
Michael Jackson.
REVO.
You can't win.
Feel comfortable. You to my channel too, right?
Right.
But you already know you more than welcome to come.
Genesis need to call me, man. Somebody need to call me.
I'm ready to go live on my Tony T. Because they don't stole my hours and stuff. I'm going to go over there and make some hours. You're more than welcome to come over there. You're more than welcome to come back over here. You're more than welcome to call us family. We really did appreciate you. DJ, say your last words so I can say my last words.
My last star. You can't win.
Hey! Hey, that's my song, though. All right? That's my song. All right. That's your last word?
Yes.
DJ, take us out of here.
I love who. Alchemize your energy. Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up. Keep on pushing through. Now is the time. It's all up to you. Alchemize your energy. My friend, let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take flight. Keep on pushing through the darkness of night. There's no limit, let's reach for the sky. Shine so bright, from darkness to light. I love who I am.
Mute me on my song, Daddy.
I didn't mute you on your song.
Look in the mirror. Unapologetically love what I see. Love who I am. I am invincible. I am a fan. My curves and my features, God makes no mistakes. I am successful. I am what it takes. I'm bulletproof. I'm 100 proof, and I love who I see because I'm living my truth. I'm invincible. I'm incredible. A star in the making. I reach past the clouds. I'm invincible. I'm incredible, and no one can stop me now. I'm invincible.